Buonasera a tutti. Ragazzi, stavo cercando di inventarmi un fellows in tempo reale per l'ultimo episodio di Genshin Impact. Però, in realtà, fellow travelers penso che sia il migliore. Buonasera, appassionati. Buonasera. Giocatori che hanno alle spalle tante di quelle ore, tanta di quell'esperienza che io forse non vedrò mai in vita su Genshin Impact. Allora, ho aspettato di far partire il software sull'XMB perché non avevo mai visto le ore di gioco, sono 42. Abbiamo fatto 42 ore di gioco su Genshin Impact e stanotte ne affronteremo il necessario per darvi il finale che meritate, che la serie fino ad ora, per quel che è valsa come contenuto, merita. Tutto sommato poche, ma ben oltre quelle che si erano prefissate per la DV alla fine, perché a voler fare i fiscali, i matematici, i produttivi e i businessmen erano 16 live da 2 ore l'una, quindi chi se ne frega, bisogna fare le cose bene e al meglio, sempre puntando al top. Quindi è principalmente grazie a voi però che abbiamo fatto queste ore extra e raggiungeremo quindi probabilmente le 46-47. Merito vostro, perché ho continuato a leggere i commenti e ho continuato a rimanerne sbalordito. Ma c'è anche da dire una cosa che vorrei che arrivasse alle orecchie di tutti e agli atti di questo mio processo e percorso di crescita, contenuti, vita e community. Commenti di quel tipo li vedo anche su The Witcher 3, li vedo anche su Armored Core. Ragazzi, è l'intera community che per qualche ragione, al posto di essere in qualche modo abituatasi a scrivere meno e ad avere un linguaggio più immediato, grazie magari anche alle stream, è diventata più completa, più prolissa in alcuni casi, più discorsiva, più approfondita, più verbosa in tutti i contenuti, ma con una passione, una voglia di approfondire, di farmi capire, di aggiungere informazioni che non potrei mai cogliere in poche ore rispetto ad averne invece il 10 volte tanto. Grazie. Grazie ragazzi. Decisamente qualcosa che non smetterà. Sono carico, voglio fare bene. Oggi chiuderemo gli UE e farò le quest che voi mi consigliate di fare. Sappiate questo. Voglio fare un piccolo annuncio. Qualora Hoyoverse stesse guardando, e credo lo faccia visto tutto il feedback che mi dà ogni settimana, ho una sorpresa per voi da parte di Hoyoverse. E ho una sorpresa per Hoyoverse da parte vostra. Oh, non se lo aspettano. Allora, ne riparleremo. Dunque, è il momento di buttarsi in partita. Quindi, vediamo se riesco a trovare una cosa prima. Il QR code dell'evento ADV lo voglio rimettere dopo tanto tempo, così che se effettivamente qualcuno non giocasse a Genshin Impact o si facesse un account attraverso il mio link, Hoyoverse lo venga a sapere. Molto bene. 5 stelle per tutti? Io ho avuto Furina, ragazzi. Io ho avuto la fortuna di trovare Furina e sono stato molto contento. Oddio, che succede? Che fantastiche avventure. Intanto voglio partire immediatamente. Ho già fatto una bella intro la scorsa volta. Quella è la vera intro che mi interessa. Quindi... No. Scusa? Oddio santo. Quindi andiamo. Tutti i video li vedremo a fine live, esattamente. Oddio, però se mi mettete queste musiche mentre esploro in questo modo la mappa, mi viene voglia di dire che mi mancherà. Eh sì, nuovo banner. No, niente trial del personaggio. Non fa più parte del mio piano di contenuto. Abbiamo già eseguito quel lavoro. Ora non voglio, diciamo, aggiungere incuriosirmi di altro. Ora, Archon, fino al finale. Fatta bene. Fino in fondo. La Nubia è velo forte? Ah, ma quindi... Quindi io non posso recuperare il personaggio che volevo fino a che non c'è una rotazione, giusto? Perché io avrei voluto tantissimo e vorrò sempre tantissimo quel personaggio. Ah, d'accordo, quindi si deve aspettare, funziona in questo modo. In qualche modo spinge anche a variare le proprie build e le proprie direzioni di gameplay. Non è del tutto sciocco, io lascerei l'opzione, diciamo, libera. Magari è meno però monetizzabile da parte di Hoyoverse, immagino. Ah, puoi beccarlo off banner, ma è raro. Beh, certo. Entra nel palazzo dorato. Andiamo. L'ombra dorata, livello gruppo consigliato 37. Sì, ma ci stanno troppi PG. Alcuni reroll arrivano anche 1 anno e mezzo dopo. È per quello che intendo che sarebbe opportuno, secondo me, mettere anche a pagamento, indipendentemente da quanto potrebbe essere discutibile, i personaggi di un certo tipo liberamente. Perché però non è massimizzabile, immagino, come denaro. Vabbè, io gestire le cose in maniera un pochino anche capitalisticamente, aziendalmente più libera di decidere come investire nel... Sì, per non subire la FOMO magari, ecco, esatto, appunto. Comunque, allora, poi tra l'altro in realtà si continua a parlare di denaro quando abbiamo giocato fino in fondo, capendo quanto in realtà voi stessi mi avete dimostrato, io stesso ho giocato dimostrando che non serve, però sapete che tipo di videogiocatore sono, no? Il capriccio. Il min-maxing costa, il max costa sicuramente, e il capriccio costa, quello fuori da ogni ragionevole dubbio, su quello è scontato. Personaggio, tu sei di livello 40, Furina di livello 33, tu sei di livello 29. Lei è l'unico personaggio che non mi fa impazzire del mio gruppo a livello estetico, però ben venga. Quindi attributi, ok, livello 31. Sì, esatto, ma giocando gratis ottieni molti PG comunque se sai giocare ai free to play, immagino. La tua ricerca della verità ti porta nel cuore della tempesta politica che da tempo sta ribollendo nel porto di Liyue. È giunto il momento di guardare al di là dell'oro e scoprire cosa si nasconde nell'ombra.
Semperfi.
In pratica stai dicendo che ti piacciono i design di Fontaine. Può essere. Neuillet mi piace tantissimo. Furina non molto. Non tanto. Però mi sembra di ricordare che di trama sia una attrice teatrale, giusto? Quasi da carnevale, quindi potrebbe avere senso. Però New Villette mi piace per una distorsione comunque coreana, perché mi ricorda la Majestic di Lineage 2, soltanto che immersa nel carbone e nello zaffiro. Avvia.
Wow! This is the golden house?
Booba, help me! Get them!
It looked impressive enough
bello,
on the
oro?
outside, but who would have guessed that it was even fancier on the inside? And so full of mora. This is where all of Teyvat's mora is minted, right? In that case, maybe they won't notice if a few mora go missing.
Mora, certo. Tocca anche solo un mora e saremo spacciati. Non mi citare Aladino così. Se fosse così semplice, avrebbero ripulito questo posto da un pezzo.
Oh, so it's a trap. Tricky. Good thing Paimon's got you here. But even if we can't take any, we can still have a closer look, right? Or better yet, take a nap on top of a mountain of mora. It's like a dream come true.
Faremo meglio a dare un'occhiata all'Exuvia prima.
Oh, right. Back to business. It's quiet. Too quiet. Surely someone's gotta be guarding something as important as the Exuvia. Huh? Look! What happened here? Uh-oh. Paimon smells trouble. Quick! We have to go make sure that the Exuvia is all right.
Cuore splendente. Che bella entrata in gioco questa passeggiata a spalle larghe di New Villette immerso in questa opulenza. Mi piace. Che poi mi sono flashato adesso questa cosa. Fondamentalmente un test da gamer per chi non è avvezzo ai controller è fare quello che ho appena fatto, che per tanti di noi risulta, forse non tanti, perché dipende da quanto siete registi quando giocate, di voi stessi e del gameplay, ma qualcosa che per tanti è naturale, no? Ossia camminare ruotando la telecamera ma non permettendo al personaggio di cambiare direzione. Quindi agevolando, no, l'altra levetta. In realtà, a pensarci bene, è un compito e una abitudine muscolare pazzesca, difficilissima, però è totalmente naturale per noi, no? Fantastico. Ok, oddio, ma... Ok.
You've already fulfilled your task as guides, so why do you still linger here? Haven't you already seen enough trouble for today?
Huh? Who's there?
If you were Fatui, I imagine that you would be entitled to a generous reward from the Tsaritsa herself. But now, you're nothing but dross, and you're in my way.
Allora sono arrivato appena in tempo.
Although I'm deeply grateful to you that I was able to effortlessly find this secret location, don't you think that trying to stop me now would just be wasted effort? Stopping the more immense, hiding away the exuvia. The Chising are really pulling out all the stops this time.
So you've been planning to take the Gnosis from inside the exuvia all along?
As one of the 11 Fatui Harbingers, it's my duty to see the will of the Tsaritsa fulfilled. She will get that which she desires.
Ah. Non se ci penserò io a fermarla.
I'm not asking for your blessing, and there's nothing you can do to stop me anyway. The time for discussion and diplomacy has already passed. I mean, if it were up to me, I would have skipped that stage to begin with. But I'm willing to do as the Tsaritsa deems fit. Either way, we now come to my favorite part. A simple pleasure, and one that I am oh so delighted to be sharing with you. The battle.
Battle? So you're the type that goes looking for trouble, huh?
You could say that. When Signora offended the deities outside the cathedral in Mondstadt, she swiftly left the scene once her mission was accomplished. Instead of confronting you directly, she chose to rely on the snow and ice to make her escape. She wouldn't want the knights to come running towards the sound of battle now, would she? When she faces a worthy opponent, she will prioritize her mission, weigh the outcomes, and consider the consequences of her actions. But as for me, the greatest pleasure of being a harbinger lies in crossing blades with strong opponents.
We won't let what happened in Mondstadt ever happen again!
Oh, so you intend to fight me? Good. I won't kill you, Traveler. I'll just play along, to feel the thrill of battle. Besides, you could never defeat me, not even in your wildest dreams. But hey, try to relish the fight anyway, because if you ask me, without that, what else is there? Fighting talk, I love it! Now let's see.
Ma coi pugni come te la cavi? Scusate. Maledetta cultura del freebooting che amo.
So show me all you've got. So very few ever get the chance to square off with a Fatui Harbinger. So come now, amuse me, and don't you dare disappoint. Cowering already?
The tide's beckoning. An oversight on my part.
So quick to flee. Like this.
Silence!
Coraggio.
Not bad, not bad. Not bad. You've got a trigger. Haha, good. No wonder Signora was so wary of you. Well, that just means I can go all out. Brace yourself. This is about to get tough. Now, show me what you can do against the might of a Harbinger.
Nice and spicy. Eat this!
Godo.
Not bad. Your swordsmanship is quite impressive. But that's about as far as you'll get. Didn't think you had that card hidden up your sleeve.
You were just playing to get close to the Exuvia!
Oh, quiet down. Stop acting like some wide-eyed recruit. You've seen this world. You of all people should know. This should have been expected! Well then, I'll be taking Morax's Gnosis now. Huh? I see. Well, this is most unexpected. You beat me to it, didn't you?
This is going to cost you! You got to the Gnosis ahead of me, didn't you?
No.
Did you simply move faster? Or did you leak the information regarding the Golden House to me on purpose? No matter. Hand the Gnosis over, now! Don't make me take it from you!
We didn't take it!
Settle down. Justice is blindsided.
How brilliant!
Hey! Careful, mate!
Let my name echo in song!
Bow your head.
I'm the fried pan!
The truth will... Silence!
Die here.
mighty be humbled. An oversight on my part.
Nice and spicy.
Settle down. Justice is blind.
Time to shine. The show begins.
We gotta.
Die here.
Out of the frying pan.
Bow your head.
You're above.
Look! Child's back to normal again.
Well then, time to cool off. It seems the burden of the foul legacy transformation was too great for my body. I lacked the opportunity to think this through.
Paraculo.
And now that I consider the matter more carefully, you never had any chance of beating me to the Gnosis. You had no connection to the Gnosis, no matter where it had been taken.
That's what we've been trying to tell you. We didn't take it.
Your show of ability today far surpasses that of Signora's initial assessment of you in Mondstadt. Tell me, how could that be?
Ok, me ne approfitto adesso per parlarne un po'. Allora, per ora la cosa più bella che è successa è la dimostrazione di un certo ragionamento creativo intelligente dietro la storia di Genshin Impact. Io appunto giocandolo blind do sicuramente gran fiducia a tutto ciò che mi dite, ma il mio spirito critico mi blocca sempre, specialmente dinanzi a certi, diciamo, linguaggi standard incredibilmente di massa, super banali, super già visti, cioè, devo stare molto attento a capire cosa fomenta perché sì e cosa invece ha una vera, solida storia scritta bene dietro. Per ora ho apprezzato da morire, la cosa che più ho apprezzato fino ad ora è il ragionamento di come sfruttare i nuovi poteri acquisiti in cutscene come questa, rendendolo incredibilmente tattico. Cioè lui ha ottenuto Geo perché stiamo all'Iue e ha sfruttato Geo, cosa che lui non si aspettava. A me questa cosa è piaciuta tanto, vuol dire che c'è una cognizione di causa dietro i combattimenti e non soltanto shiny stuff. Per il resto io sono vittima di certe cose, ovviamente, sono completamente, come sempre avete saputo, come sempre ripeterò fino alla fine dei miei giorni, una puttana della teatralità, quindi sono riuscito ad apprezzare, a emozionarmi e divertirmi un botto con sta epicità classica. Ovviamente a livello di qualunque altro tipo di sceneggiatura sta roba è la bottom tier più diciamo shiny battle shonen bullshit senza realmente un minimo senso. Infatti penso che un difetto di Genshin Impact a livello narrativo sia che una roba come questa possa emozionare molto di più retroattivamente che non quando la vivi. Non è necessariamente una buona cosa, nel senso che sicuramente se magari negli anni hanno costruito qualcosa intorno a questo personaggio, a questa scelta, ben venga, figo. Voi in chat, oh mio Dio, guardate che cos'è questa cosa! Io guardo un tizio che a un certo punto da clown con la maschera diventa mecha clown con il tridente. Dico, va bene, fico, guarda una balena, va bene, cioè va benissimo, va benissimo. Esatto, devi vedere la lore di Tartaglia, esattamente. Però è lore fresca di 4.2, infatti, quindi fighissimo. Però appunto è più retroattivo che altro. Non di meno, per ora è la boss fight più bella, ovviamente, perché comunque ha attacchi meno re di ferro, ha pattern MMO action RPG piacevoli, figo, e soprattutto non ti fa sentire scemo, perché quando lui ti fa, con la risata doppiata peggio della storia dell'English proprio dub, Però quello che effettivamente accade è che lui dice: ah, l'avete presa prima di me. E tu dici: no. E in effetti non sono io scemo che ho dimenticato male. Cioè che ho dimenticato o ho capito male. È effettivamente vero che non siamo noi. Ok? Ed è perché sto raccogliendo i poteri dei 7 elementi. Non stai gradualmente recuperando il tuo potere, stai ottenendo qualcosa di diverso.
You already know the answer, don't you? I can see it in your eyes. But if that is a secret you wish to keep, I guess I'll just have to curb my curiosity. This battle has already left me satisfied. Anyone who strives as I do to grow stronger shall be called a friend, even if our friendship can only be shown in battle against one another.
Sono troppo vecchio per queste cose, nel senso con questo build up e questi personaggi è la prima vera puttanata vomitevolmente idiota scritta da Genshin Impact. È proprio, dai, come on, it's that kind of guy. Ah, è lui, il principe dei fatui, no? Cioè, però cioè lo spessore di un'ostia, però vabbè.
Pretty sure that's not the normal way to make friends.
Unfortunately, I must bring this amiable conversation to an end. My quest still beckons. Given that the Gnosis wasn't taken by anyone, then we must look once again to the beginning. Perhaps it was never in the Exuvia to begin with. In fact, it might be that the Exuvia was just a diversion of sorts.
What? So you mean that...
Il cadavere era
it
finto.
appears so. Interesting to say the least.
Ah,
It seems that the guardian deity of the capital of commerce is also well versed in little maneuvers beyond the boundaries of contracts. As such, we must now look to our backup plan.
hai finto, eh? Bel colpo di scena,
I
bello.
hoped it would never come to this, for the weak will be swept away in the process. The truth is, the world belongs to those who pursue strength. I seldom willingly involve myself with the weak. Unfortunately, we cannot be picky about our methods as Fatui harbingers. Children must all learn to eat their vegetables sometime.
So what are you planning to do?
I will awaken the god that lies dormant beneath Guyon's stone forest.
A god?
Osial, overlord of the Vortex, who was defeated by Morax, the Geo-Archon in the Archon War, and who has remained pinned beneath the waves by the Geo-Archon's stone spears ever since. If such an ancient god were to be unleashed upon Liyue Harbor, defenseless without the protection of its deity, do you think the cunning Rex Lapis would just stand aloof and watch the ensuing destruction?
But the Archon War ended 2,000 years ago. How can an ancient god appear in a world now overseen by the Seven?
Simple. I've already prepared the means to awaken it.
Hey, those are sigils of permission. Oh, Paimon remembers now. The Fatui have been researching them.
Abbiamo... figo! Ok, torniamo alle cose fighe. Ok, mettiamo la base per il futuro. Stavate cercando di replicarli.
Indeed. The one that was given to you was just a byproduct of our research. With the power of so many sigils of permission concentrated in one place, along with that which was bestowed upon me as a harbinger by our Tsaritsa, breaking the subduing might of the Geo-Archon spears for a time should be no obstacle. Using the powers of ancient gods in such a situation fails to interest me, and is largely against my principles.
Adesso vi spiegherò nel dettaglio tutti i nostri piani. Voi, proprio voi che volete ostacolarli, ascoltate ogni singolo step di ciò che faremo e abbiamo fatto fino ad ora.
But knowing that such an action will not only force the Geo-Archon to show its hand, but you as well, that makes matters a little more intriguing.
È scemo ma non così tanto, ok. Ma... Lo fa adesso? Pensavo che fosse un evento della versione 3 o 4.
Let's see. Will the nation that has lost its deity be swallowed up by an ancient malice once more? If you wish to drown together with the people of Lyra, you're free to stay and enjoy the show.
Huh? He's already gone. That guy is fast. What's going on?
Ah. Oh.
Paimon's exhausted. If we hadn't happened to see the Jade Chamber flying over just as we came out of the Golden House, we really wouldn't have known which way to go. Did we make it in time? Is the Overlord of the Vortex still in the sea? It hasn't destroyed Lyra yet, has it?
What are you doing here?
Huh? Hold on. It's the Adepti. What are you doing on the Jade Chamber? Paimon thought you were arguing with the Chising. Is the fighting over?
Faced with a calamity of such magnitude, we have agreed to put our differences aside for now and unite against this common enemy.
Oh, Paimon gets it. So how do you plan to defend Leland? Just seeing this Overlord of the Vortex guy puts a pit in Paimon's tummy, even from all the way out here.
It's not just you. We've got new Millilith recruits who can't even stand at attention without shaking. The force of an ancient god's presence seems to be too much for ordinary people to handle. Which is why we must stop that monster before it gets any closer to Liyue Harbor.
So the Archon War was fought 2,000 years ago against enemies
Semper
like that
Fi.
thing? Now that's scary. So will the power of the Chising, Millilith, and Adepti gathered here be enough to stop that god?
We've already discussed this together, and our conclusion is not necessarily.
What? But all of you were supposed to be the guardians of Liyue. Can't you think of something?
One certainly could.
Huh?
The Chising did once research the matter of the Guizhong Ballista when it piqued their fancy. And as fate would have it, one who did craft the Guizhong Ballista with one's own hands is here. For what could you mortals ever learn of Adepti mechanisms? Yet, it would take one, but a little tinkering to turn this ballista into an engine of war beyond your wildest thoughts.
I suppose this is one blessing from the Adepti that we should be thankful for. So be it. We shall use the upgraded Guizhong Ballista.
Mi fa piacere che l'antico dio imprigionato per 2000 anni stia lì a fare... Mentre questi aspettano i turni per parlare. Io dico questa cosa, come Kingdom Hearts. Ora tocca a me. Ora tocca a me altro. Aspettate, ci sono anche io. Cosa ne pensi? Questo. Va bene.
We haven't a moment to spare. Our battle begins now. Yep.
Ok. Dovevano farlo prima, questo. Parlare dopo. Pronti?
The three Adepti are manning the Guizhong Ballista. Do not let the Fatui disturb their work.
All able Millilith, with me!
Let's go help too!
Time to fulfill
We
my duty.
Adepti have not faced a god in several millennia. Let one see what you are made of then. What strength remains within you. One wishes to witness.
You're toast! Booba, get them!
Bring it on! Fracture! Confess!
Let the world collide!
Bow your head.
Looks like I went too far.
That is Osial's divine power. I am very familiar with it. Be careful not to get hit.
Scusa.
The Fatui! Their attacks are unrelenting!
How daring. Snezhnai's diplomats will answer for this afterward.
Ok.
Every last one.
No excuse for slacking.
Settle down. Send this quickly.
The ancient gods attacking again!
Ho capito, un secondo, Paimon. Non è che te stai a fa un cazzo comunque, eh?
Were you about to say we can't hold them, children?
Questi sono mega tank.
Don't lose heart. Here, take this.
Ok.
This is crystal energy! That light from your body! It's like the time of Julian Cars! Whoa! It's Madame Ping's shockwave! This brain is really strong! May I present...
Silence.
Cooked food.
Let the mighty be humble.
Not breaking a sweat. My duty. At an end.
Don't be a killjoy! We've only just begun.
Nice and spicy!
Looks like I went too far.
Eat this!
Keep moving!
I guess this is it.
With the blood of the Chilean...
Mi
I
idraterò,
guard you
Skaren,
against
grazie.
evil. Cast your fear of injury by the wayside and fight with all your might. I too did this during the Archon War. So this is what Ganya's like in a fight.
My name means swiftness. Take my power and run as I do.
We're going too fast.
It hurts!
Child, you are strong in body and spirit. Perhaps you can withstand 3 forms of adeptal energy at once.
This won't hurt. Please bear with us.
Once you've adapted, try to use them in battle.
I guess this is it.
Eh sì, this is it. Abbiamo il Kaioken.
Bow your head.
My duty.
Poracci.
Be sanctified.
Ma che devi fare?
Exercise caution. I fear that the god's power has reached its peak. In other words, if we hold here, there's nothing worse to come, right?
This can't move it!
This isn't good.
At the frying pan, the show begins. Let my name echo in the
Pensate a questa live quando non avevo il bitrate al massimo.
race you.
The tides beckon.
The Fatui's numbers are thinning.
Fight on, comrades! Once we finish this lot off, the Adepti will be able to deal with the god in peace.
Let's go. Mazza, che cosa tremenda.
The interlopers are no more. Now we may commit ourselves fully.
Un sero sincretico.
It's working. We just need to keep this up.
Oh no.
Be careful now.
The Guizhong Ballista is destroyed. Without its covering fire, retaliation shall be difficult.
But the Jade Chamber is our last line of defense. We can't give another inch, no matter what.
I have another idea.
What do you mean, Lady Ningguang?
I'll sacrifice the Jade Chamber.
What is the meaning of this?
I understand.
Traveler, lend me a hand. Farewell, old friend. Goodbye for now. Let us meet again in the future.
Ma con gli impact frame. Minchia, è successo tutto velocissimamente. Non è stato reso alla... Va figo però, ok, va bene. Rusciatissima, cioè... Oh raga, boom! Cosa? Non mi importa! Tutti bene, tutti sani, nessun graffio. Finally over, è durato 4 secondi.
Of that monster has indeed begun to fade. The effects of the sigil of permission last but a short time. It will be some time before the overlord of the vortex can make any waves again.
We are indebted to you for your assistance. If the Adepti hadn't happened to be here, the future of Liyue Harbor would surely have been in great jeopardy.
Save your flattery. We didn't just happen to be here. Surely you won't pretend to have forgotten the reason for which we came.
Come now. There's no need for such harsh words, Cloud Retainer. I've heard that when Ningguang began learning to do business, she had already started setting aside part of her then limited income in preparation for building the Jade Chamber. At first, it was only the size of a small room, but with continued expansion, it has become the palace that lies before you now. It is a testament to Ningguang's entire life, both as a businesswoman and as the backbone of the Liyue Qixing. Seeing the Jade Chamber destroyed in the defense of Liyue means much to her. To me, such cooperation and sacrifice deserves at least some recognition, don't you agree?
Well, I was really hoping you would say that such sacrifice could at least be used as some leverage in our negotiations. Thank you all for hearing me out. We know very well why the Adepti came here today. But please forgive us. We cannot yield to your wishes.
Oh?
3,700 years. According to our records, the Adepti signed a contract with Rex Lapis to protect Liyue 3,700 years ago. Even to this very day, Liyue and its lands have stood the test of time, immovable as stone, just as it was thousands of years before. This is truly no small feat. But that does not mean that the Liyue of today is the same city as it was all those years ago. Do not merely cast your protective gaze upon the land. Instead, focus your sights on our city and each of the citizens that dwell within it.
Are you questioning our means of protecting Liyue?
I mean no offense. I simply hope that our Adepti forebears would see
Beh,
Liyue in
visto
a
com'è
new
andata.
light.
Forebearers, you say? One doubts you would be fit to be part of such a lineage.
This morning, Rex Lapis appeared to me in a dream.
What?
In the dream, I yearned to tell him that we Qixing, though mortal, are equally bound to the contract. Each passing generation of the Qixing leaves many things of value to be inherited by the next generation. I also thought to tell him how the past generations of Qixing had strove under his rule to survive in our mortal world, establishing a network of contracts which has since come to be known as trade. But I dared not speak. I could only gaze at him in silence until the moment I awoke.
Oh, Ningguang.
Yet another perspective. What are you trying to say, Outlander?
Quando c'è discordia tra i guardiani e coloro che essi devono proteggere, è molto difficile ripristinare l'armonia. Duh.
Right. That's something that happened in Mondstadt.
È vero.
It's a story about the Four Winds and the people of the Animal Archon.
È vero, è vero.
The Animal Archon sought to quell the strife between the two sides, because he believed that such conflict would only scar the hearts of both. And that
Each of the 7 nations has its own
Zita
scars
Paimon.
from the past.
Though your point is the very height of simplicity. As Adepti, we've become a laughingstock, to be chastised thus by an outlander who has lent us such succor.
All right,
Sucker.
all right. Didn't Ningguang suggest that we should focus on the city and each of its citizens? I know I already have, so why not see for yourselves?
I apologize for appearing in full armor. I am afraid I cannot show the proper courtesies.
And who are you?
I am Feng Yan, a sergeant of the Millelith. I have come to extend my thanks to the Adepti. I thought this battle would perhaps be my last. But thanks to the aid of the Adepti, our forces were not as badly battered as I feared we might be. Although I am a mere mortal soldier, I promise to hold the line and never betray the grace given to us by the illuminated Adepti this day.
Huh? Why does everyone look so down? Didn't we just beat that big monster?
Weren't you frightened, dear? It was quite the predicament.
I wasn't afraid. All the strong Millilith guards were there, and those powerful heroes with their visions were there. Everyone was there. When danger is near, everyone always protects me. And the rest of the time, they make fun toys and tasty snacks and loads of things that make the harbor so pretty. Thanks for protecting Liyue Harbor. Please come visit us for the next lantern rite.
Unfortunately, we wouldn't be able to participate.
Huh?
Because we are Adepti.
Oh, okay. It must be hard being an Adeptus. Aw.
You see, this is what Liyue is like today.
È chiaramente l'amico che quando gli chiedi di uscire dice vediamo, e poi inventa una scusa.
The country of contracts is grateful to the Adepti for their protection, but it is no longer necessary for the city to rely on the Adepti's power to solve every little niggling matter. Although their blood is weak, there is still strength to be found in those we call mortals. The time of contracts between gods and Liyue has long since passed. Now is the time of contracts between Liyue and its people.
Seeing the port around us now, it is hard not to feel a bit out of place. Wouldn't you say so, Cloud Retainer?
Your line of inquiry is askew. One did not spearhead this expedition to Liyue Harbor.
Seems like the Adepti have had a change of heart.
Stanno provando a comprendere il tutto dalla loro prospettiva.
Let us return now.
Eager to leave, conqueror of demons.
Ride. Giustamente.
Yes, one understands what the Conqueror of Demons means. The city of Liyue has changed much after our long separation. One fears that by the time one finally grasps the new contracts of Liyue, you humans would have once again changed the place beyond recognition. Fair enough. Away we shall, and return whence we came.
Since we Adepti have consensus, then one shall persist no further. But how will we ensure that the Liyue Chising will not simply exploit their power once we depart? In my view, that is still a thing to be guarded against.
All right, Mooncarver, you needn't worry. It seems to me that this right of supervision is best left to the people of Liyue.
Looks like the conflict between humans and Adepti was avoided. All's well that ends well, huh? Oh, right! It's nice that we've got peace and all, but we're forgetting one thing. Child wanted to unleash the god so he could lure Rex Lapis out.
Minchia, hanno fatto il fight finale incredibile in cui si sono messi a un tavolo e hanno detto quanto tempo abbiamo per animarlo, esporlo e farlo compiere. Signore, 7 secondi. Va bene. Il debrief 70 minuti. Ok, andiamo.
But we were able to handle the Overlord of the Vortex on our own. So Rex Lapis never showed up. Oh, and speaking of that, don't we still need to get to the bottom of that Archon's death too?
Ma chi mai potrà aiutarci a riempire 70 minuti di debrief dopo questo combattimento? È lei. Oh, Moquette. Ok, scusate. Allora, adesso posso andare a continuare la trama. Cerca Zhongli. Allora.
Water comes in many flavors to the discerning palate. Mondstadt's water is crisp and pure, while water from Liyue has an enduring aftertaste. In Inazuma, the water possesses a depth of flavor unmatched.
Zitto. Bello Inazuma, ma non ci sono stato. Allora. Devo fare la prossima quest, giusto? Proseguo. Ok.
Is there anything I can do for you two? I'm afraid that Wangsheng funeral parlor isn't in the best state to receive guests.
We've come to see Zhongli. Could you please tell him we're here?
Unfortunately, Zhongli isn't here at the moment. It seems he went to Northland Bank.
Ottimo.
Doesn't the Northland Bank belong to the Fatui? Last time we saw Zhongli was before we went to the Golden House. Do you think he doesn't know about the attack on Liyue? Visiting the Fatui at a time like this could only mean more trouble. We had better go and make sure that everything is okay.
Scusate, ero mutato.
You call this cooperation between harbingers? Cooperation involves communication, you know.
Don't take it to heart, child.
Guarda chi c'è.
Besides, aren't you happy that you got to skip the formalities and bring chaos to the land? I'm sure you must have enjoyed that. Oh, it seems that some of your friends have arrived.
Hey, it's Zhongli and Child. And you're also one of the harbingers?
Signora!
It's you two. I believe we've met once before. In the city of Bards, was it? I'm glad you still remember my name. Ah, right. I imagine that it must have been rather hard to forget watching helplessly as something precious was snatched away from your friend.
E sono ancora in tempo per riprenderlo.
No, don't let her get to you. You've yet to gather the powers of all 7 elements. And our last battle at the Golden House was almost more than you could handle. So it might be best to keep things peaceful this time, seeing that 2 of the Harbingers are here.
Well, if it isn't you two. This is our first time seeing each other since Liyue was nearly wiped off the map. This is certainly a bit awkward, wouldn't you say?
Paimon knew that we should never have trusted a Fatui Harbinger.
Oh, now don't say that. Sure, I may have misled you, but I never had anything against you personally. Besides, I thought we were getting along quite well together, didn't you? Except for that little tussle we had at the end. Nothing personal. We just have different views, that's all. Of course, you may very well hold this against me, but that's up to you. The real deceivers here are Senora and Zhongli. Curse them for leading me on.
Signore Zhongli.
So actually, I think...
Stop wasting time, child. There'll be plenty of time to chat once I'm through here.
No, era quello il primo piano.
You remember the agreement, Morax. Now, if you would be so kind.
Ora non è più in bolla.
The Gnosis, please.
What in the world are you talking about?
The contract is fulfilled. That which thou seeketh is now bestowed unto thee. For my promise is solid as stone.
Oh no.
How sanctimonious.
Ma quindi...
What? So you're the Lord of Geo? No, wait. That's an exciting twist and all, but why give
No.
the Gnosis to the Fatui?
I do not give it for free. I give it as agreed upon in the contract. For it is a matter solely between the Tsaritsa and I.
Il plot twist è molto figo, il che mi fa capire anche perché Furina e New Villette lo sono, nel senso che... O comunque, vabbè, New Villette è quello odierno, Furina è quella... O quel contrario, quelli erano i vostri commenti, ma poi ne riparleremo un giorno forse. Quello che conta capire, quello che mi sta sfuggendo è... Ah no, mi stavo confondendo. No, è chiaro. È chiaro. Zhongli lo cede da contratto. Mentre Tartaglia non sapeva questa verità. Non la sapeva. E perché avresti finito la tua morte?
Yeah, you don't think you went a little bit too far with that whole fake death thing? Everyone was preparing the ceremony for you and splat! This big dragon falls out of the sky and all of Lyric goes into an uproar.
Gathering all the forces that had been bubbling behind the scenes, and then stirring them together in a pot that was bound to boil over. That's what he wanted to see, am I right?
Wait, what?
Perhaps it's best that I explain. As you know, I've dwelt upon this world for more than 6,000 years. It is now 3,700 years ago that I founded Liyue, together with the Adepti. Even boulders that can withstand whirlpools will erode with the passing of time. I kept convincing myself that cracks had not begun to form, and that the end of my time had not yet come, until one drizzly day. As I was strolling along the harbor, I heard a merchant tell one of his workers, "You finished your duties. Go ahead and call it a day." I stood motionless among the crowds, asking myself, have I already finished my duties?
Oh, Zhongli.
But as I began to consider relinquishing my divine role, I soon discovered that many reasons still remained to not hastily depart. Was Liyue, the city I had dwelt in for so long, already prepared to enter its next age? So I feigned my own death, and gathered the cast of Child, the Adepti, and the Liyue Chising to play their roles together on the stage that was Liyue.
E sei rimasto soddisfatto del risultato?
Indeed I was.
Ah.
The gnosis, which I had kept for so many years, suddenly seemed to have lost its meaning. That's right. Which is why I continued to safeguard the gnosis until now.
So you mean that if the chaos ever reached the point of no return, you would simply appear and use your divine powers to bring Liyue back under control?
Of course, and it would have been all too easy for him too. Just as a child quickly matures after losing their parents, so has Liyue matured when faced with the death of its deity.
Sì, però, se Zhongli / Rex Lapis / Gurrank dà la gnosi a Signora, Signora non diventa un Archon? No. Ok. E allora le gnosi non sono calamite di potere elementale divino? No. Yesent. Yesent. Va bene. Però vuol dire che sono bravo, ok? Vuol dire che sto a te. Vabbè, mi fa piacere che quantomeno sto sul pezzo. Va bene, ok.
In the end, the resolution to all that has transpired was even more satisfactory than I could have hoped for. Take the Adepti, for instance. Owing to their years of seclusion, they were the least informed. Yet when faced with a crisis, they commendably showed the greatest amount of restraint possible. Not only did they manage to cooperate with the Qixing, but in the end, they even made efforts to understand the hearts of the people. Credit is also due to Signora, the emissary dispatched by the Cryo-Archon to fulfill our contract. At my request, she kept everything she knew in strict confidence. This despite the eavesdropping ears of her colleague, Child. This meant I could remain as Zhongli, even having the chance to fulfill the age-old traditions of Liyue in this mortal form. Thank you for joining me on this journey, traveler. All of these things turned out as I had planned. There is only one thing that I had not anticipated, and that was the conduct of the Liyue Qixing. I had expected them to do no more than the Adepti, to come to the defense of Liyue. But when all was said and done, they seized the opportunity to supplant Liyue's divine protectors, and used the subsequent power vacuum left by my death to quickly gain complete control of Liyue.
Huh? That doesn't sound good at all.
On the contrary, I think it is excellent. I had always feared that it was too soon for them to take over from me. And it was also that which I longed for the most. As such, this is the best parting gift anyone could have given this god of old.
Hey, what about me? Doesn't anyone feel the least bit of remorse for deceiving me? You've practically kept me in the dark.
I think that thanks would be more appropriate. You certainly played no small part in all of this, wreaking havoc and turning the city upside down. The Lord of Geo ought to thank you for your performance, if anything. If you hadn't created the pressure of a battle between mortals, Adepti, and a god, the lump of coal...
Mi fanno troppo ridere. Mi fanno troppo ridere, non ce la faccio. Non ce la faccio, hanno vita propria, ragazzi. Mi fa troppo ridere, non ce la faccio, non ce la faccio. È troppo divertente. È troppo divertente, cioè. Potrebbero doppiarle, cioè, a sto punto.
Huh? Just whose side are you on, mocking me like that? Are you itching for a fight?
Dovresti davvero vergognarti questa volta.
Hey, haven't you learned the Liyue saying, don't always call it as you see it?
Well then, with the Gnosis in my possession, I have no use for such idle chatter. We should return to Zapoljarny Palace and seek an audience with Her Majesty, the Tsaritsa. Come, child.
Fine.
Child.
I'll meet you there later. I'm not sharing a boat with the likes of you.
Do as you wish.
Now then.
Eccoci.
Is there anything else you wish to ask me?
Entrambe le cose, a dire il vero, ma va bene.
Right! As Zhongli always told us, a good trade is a fair trade. Paimon has no idea what could be a good trade for a Gnosis.
Realistically speaking, there is no such thing.
Okay.
Huh?
However, I am the god of contracts. For thousands of years, I have made countless contracts. If the deal was of no benefit, then I certainly would not be inclined to agree to it. My agreement with the Cryo-Archon will be the last of my contracts as the Geo-Archon. My contract to end all contracts. As for the bargaining chip that the Tsaritsa used to balance the scales, uncover that answer for yourself in your future journeys.
Paimon can't absorb so much information at once. So, Zhongli, what sort of contract did you sign with the Cryo-Archon? Paimon's so curious.
One of the clauses of our contract was not to divulge any of its contents.
You're so petty.
Maledetti. Ah! Mi sono appena ciulato 200.000 mora. Va bene. Worth it. Grazie, Zongli. Il caricamento è stato così veloce che...
Although the star of the show is fake, we spent so much time trying to organize it, it would be a real shame not to go there now.
You know that god from the ocean couldn't have just shown up out of nowhere. I mean, it's been 2,000 years since Rex Lapis subdued it.
Yes, and to think that this happened right on the heels of the incident with Rex Lapis, too.
Say, do you think the person who assassinated our lord and released that evil god might have been one and the same?
Now that you mention it, that's very possible. Yes, it's very possible indeed. I mean, it all fits together. That person must have colluded with the evil god to harm Rex Lapis. Still, what sort of supernatural prowess must this person possess to be able to do such thing?
Ah, forget it.
Mi sembra un'ottima reazione.
Oh, well, since we're going through with this rite of parting, I guess it means that those rumors hit the nail on the head.
So Rex Lapis is really... But they didn't catch the culprit, did they?
Oh, come on. Do you think that the assassin could have been a normal person? You know what I think? I don't think any of the gossip on the streets you hear from those shady types is worth anything. There's only one real possibility in my mind. I've heard that the assassin was that Fatui fellow. Youngish, pretty high in rank. I think they called him Child.
The Fatui? They certainly are very suspicious.
Shh! Lower your voice. If the Fatui catch you in their sights, Rex Lapis won't be around to protect you this time.
Allora, un caloroso addio. Che cosa romantica. Guardate che bello lo skybox rosa.
Hear ye all, the Chi sings words. Though a dragon soars ageless as the mountains, it too must return to dust. This is common knowledge. Gods and Adepti live glorious lives, but both light and shadow have their season. So too must they face divinely appointed trials. Rumors and hearsay abound on the streets that Rex Lapis was murdered. Now, let the truth be revealed. Having been thwarted in his trial, Rex Lapis's soul has recouped the celestial heights. He beseeches the people of Liyue to grieve not and to let not their hearts be saddened. Nor are they to believe street-born rumors or indulge in baseless speculation.
Quelle che abbiamo sentito prima. Ok.
Paimon needs a translation on what the Chising's announcement said.
Hanno detto che Rex Lapis è morto a causa di una prova divina.
So that's how they're spinning it. Something feels off. Why would they suddenly give up looking for the murderer? Not to mention how this excuse sounds like something they just made up on the spot. Could the Chising already have known that Rex Lapis wasn't dead? But Zhongli said that neither they nor the Adepti knew anything. Did Zhongli tell them in secret after his gnosis changed hands?
È possibile.
Exactly, right? Ooh, seems like the rite of parting has been going on for a while now. Let's go have a look.
Questo già è un debrief più sensato.
Look, it's Ningguang and Keqing. Are they saying something? Are their speeches over?
As said previously, Rex Lapis's soul returning to the heavens is the end of the contract. And it is also the end of an era.
3,700 years of contracts burnt and reduced to ash.
We, the people of Liyue, were indeed prosperous. But blinded by our prosperity, we forgot that time can be pitiless.
The long, unending dream of our Archon walking among us.
Now that we have awoken from our dream, we must learn to say farewell. Will you stand with us as we re-establish our contracts?
So concludes the words of Her Eminence the Tianquan. Does Her Eminence the Yuheng have anything to add?
Huh? Is she looking this way?
Traveler.
Yikes! She really is looking our way!
Is that the traveler who they say defeated the ancient god?
So young. The Liyue Qixing always repay their debts. And as you have heard, our eyes see far and our reach is long. Name your price. You deserve that much.
Whoa.
Scusa?
Well, could you help me put up some missing person posters?
Ma perché hanno preparato? Allora, oddio santo, non è possibile. La doppia gag. La doppia gag. No, vabbè. La doppia gag, ragazzi. La doppia gag.
Rex Lapis. Rex Lapis.
Ah, da ora in poi parla, quindi. Era una delle mie ipotesi. Perché se da ora in poi parla, è un ottimo modo di mostrare budget, investimento e aggiornamento. Ogni tanto. Ok. Però ci sta, è carino, dai.
As for the mortals and adepti of Liyue.
Beh, ormai possono prendere forma, ovviamente. Cioè, o meglio, dichiaratamente. Troppo. Molto raramente, peccato. Perché era un'ottima occasione. Ciao. Sì. Continua.
But it seems as if those perfumes really were meant to be offered to Rex Lapis.
Oh.
Well, that's fine. Suffer no rivals in love, they say. And that's 3 gone in 1 stroke.
Va bene. Adoro.
Hey, Zhongli! Look at this. Everyone in Liyue is caught up in their emotions. And here you are looking all relaxed.
Why would I not feel more at ease after laying down the burden I have borne for 3,700 years? Right. If the two of you can spare the time, I should treat you to a meal at the Xinyue kiosk.
Ha! That sounds like big talk, Zhongli. Paimon might have believed you if you were treating us to some third-round knockout.
You're right. I do lack the Mora.
But why would Morax lack Mora?
Non ho chiesto quello.
As the Rex Lapis
Maledetta.
Morax, I can easily create Mora. But since I have chosen to walk this earth as the mortal Zhongli,
Ecco.
I should abide by the same rules that mortals do. When I was journeying with you, though I still had the Gnosis in hand, I knew that I must soon retire from my role as an Archon. So I had to rehearse a little for my new life.
Oh, no wonder. Paimon gets it now. You You didn't look at the price tags when we were spending because you've never had to. But since you weren't used to not being able to just make more mora as and when you wanted to, you had to try becoming a parasite to society who lives off of other people's credit.
Ecco.
Well, we were only spending Fatui money. You don't have to say it like that. In the
Madonna,
city
che
of Kos,
mostro.
we do not merely exchange money or goods.
Madonna.
The Archon Morax could never experience life as the true mortal Zhongli could. I must thank you for that. I will treasure the memories that I made as Zhongli, traveling the streets of Liyue with you.
Ok.
That is true. But there is no journey that does not end. No meetings without partings.
Paimon thinks that we should make a move and continue our search for the Seven.
I fear that continuing your journey may be difficult. The nation that neighbors Liyue by sea, Inazuma, is presently closed.
Chiusa?
Yes. The nation has been closed by order of its deity.
Ah.
The Electro-Archon Ball. And just as the people of Liyue preferred to call me Rex Lapis, she too goes by another name among locals in Inazuma.
Paimon thinks we've heard that one before. Raiden?
That is the case. And since Raiden is also the Shogun of Inazuma, people call her the Raiden Shogun.
Mamma mia.
That said, though people at the wharf were saying
Giappone
that the
puro.
situation in Inazuma is very tense, Paimon doesn't remember that always being the case. It wasn't that bad last year. Zhongli, since you're Rex Lapis, shouldn't you know something about what's happening there? Just how did Inazuma become a closed nation?
It's because of visions.
Visions?
When faced with circumstances beyond their control,
Oh, eccoci qua.
humans often bemoan their lack of power. But if a person shows true strength of will at a desperate and fateful moment in their life, the gods will look upon them with favor. This is what visions are. Magical foci bestowed upon those who have been acknowledged by the gods.
That's how people in Teyvat see it.
But starting from last year, the Raiden Shogun began promulgating the Vision Hunt Decree.
Vision Hunt Decree?
Yes. It was an order to seize all visions within Inazuma's borders, and to inlay them upon the hands of the statue of the omnipresent god.
They want to seize visions. But why? Aren't visions blessings from the gods?
I should think that in the Raiden Shogun's eyes, it is precisely because they are divine blessings that they should be under the sole dominion of divinity.
Whoa, that's harsh.
Beh.
The Animo Archon is the god of freedom, and the Geo Archon is the god of contracts. For her part, the Raiden Shogun is the god of eternity. It seems as though she has finally decided to eliminate any unstable elements that could pose a threat to her eternal realm. The fact that even I, the oldest of the seven, have now passed away, will only strengthen her resolve to pursue eternity. Knowing her, she must have again quoted that adage she is most fond of when proclaiming that decree to her people. 7 ideals for 7 gods. And of these, eternity is nearest unto the heavenly principles.
Vabbè, ovviamente è prolisso, gorroico, cazzaro fino all'estremo il modo di scrivere questi dialoghi. Però finalmente ha perfettamente senso arrivare fino a questo punto prima di chiudere un capitolo, perché adesso capisco, ora ho compreso di cosa parla Genshin Impact. Solo adesso l'ho fatto. Solo adesso. Sono contento di poterlo salutare sapendo di cosa parla Genshin Impact.
All right then. Was there anything else you wish to know?
E il principe?
Yeah, about that. Before the Qixing made their announcement, we listened to a lot of people talking on the way. Most of them put the blame for everything on Child.
These are indeed false accusations. But it remains undeniably true that Child did send people to the Jade Chamber to prevent the Adepti and the Qixing from defeating the ancient god. I've heard that Ningguang is busy milking that for all it's worth on the foreign relations front at the moment, browbeating the envoys of the Fatui. Ha! Those poor Snezhnayan diplomats. If it were not for Child's exalted position as a harbinger, I'm certain that they would have shifted all the blame to him and called for his dismissal by now. All right then. Was there anything else you wish to know? Ah, that was a good one. Failing a divine trial. How they came up with that excuse, I will never know. That said, the reason why the Qixing were so eager to resolve the incident and stop pursuing the culprit was indeed because they received news in secret that Rex Lapis was not dead. I hinted as much to the Adepti as well. How did I accomplish that, you ask? Have you ever heard of this particularly convenient Adepti art known as gifting dreams and visions? All right then. Was there anything else you wish to know?
Sono belli questi diavoli. Sono exposition, sono spiegone, ma sono molto belli.
The time of the Adepti has long passed. If even the Liyue Qixing don't want to face that truth, then what future is there for Liyue? Kuching is absolutely right in saying this. Now, though I did laud Ningguang's desire for power, believing this to be a good thing, and thought as a matter of course that she must have been behind the Qixing's plan to take governing power over Liyue from the hands of the gods and Adepti. Could the original person who brought up the idea of seizing power have been... All right then. Was there anything else you wish to know?
Potevi continuare comunque, eh?
That's right. Zhongli, now that you don't have your gnosis, what's going to happen to all the Mora in Teyvat? Since Morax is dead, are they all just gonna disappear? Also, isn't the Golden House the only mint in the entire continent? Will it even continue?
Ma che ti frega, Paimon?
The Mora present now will not vanish. But the Golden House will indeed have to cease operations for a lengthy period of time, since creating Mora requires the use of the Geo-Archon's power.
This is terrible! We're all about to run out of Mora! The world is coming to an end!
Yes, this is indeed a major issue from a financial standpoint. Well, I suppose we'll just leave such troublesome matters to the Liyue Qixing to debate.
Then, did you at least set some private funds aside for yourself?
Oh, a private fund. This does seem like a good, logical, common-sense idea. It's a shame.
What's a shame?
It's a shame that I didn't think of it at the time. All right then. Was there anything else you wish to know?
Ma come poi... Ma... Well, ok.
Well then.
Glaciale.
I suppose you'll have to find a way to get inside this closed nation.
Fatto. Allora. Spiegatemi. Il finale che volevate darmi era questo? La quest di Dainsleif. Ok. E quale sarebbe? Perché mi state dando informazioni diverse? Si chiama... Ah, eccola! Cercatore della verità. Dainsleif. Sembra che Catherine, della Gilda degli Avventurieri di Mondstadt, abbia qualcosa da dirti. Devi fare questa che conduce a Saremo di nuovo insieme. Sono 2 in totale. Ok, sembra che Catherine, della Gilda degli Avventurieri di Mondstadt, abbia qualcosa da dirti. Ah, ok, Catherine è quella della Gilda, letteralmente. Allora, facciamo una cosa. No, non abbiamo delle opzioni. Io devo ottenere tutto da questa diretta. Devo darvi il finale che volevate, ma devo anche chiudere il progetto. Quindi, quello che farò sarà una scelta, d'accordo? Gioco in modo arcade. Leggo i dialoghi a mente, li schippo nel doppiaggio e giochiamo come fossimo di fretta. Non superficiali, ma andiamo. Ok? Li leggo bene, ma non li posso condividere come prima. Ok? Andiamo.
Traveler, please, over here. It has been a while since you joined the Adventurers Guild. Are your adventures going smoothly?
Sto reclutando nuovi
Is
alleati.
that so? Apart from your own, another person to count on is always good after all.
Yep, and it's even harder to get a guy to...
Ah, yes. I do have some... Let me consult our records. Ah, there it is.
Ok.
And dresses... Wait, do you mean... Does that stranger's face look...
Like the honorary knights? No, they couldn't look more different.
Seriously? How does this have anything to do with Kaya?
Ma non è
Stranger
Keia.
declined the guild's invitation, so I can't say that I know any. Nonetheless, you can look. After all, it is not uncommon for some adventurers to not want to be limited by the guild.
Vabbè,
And should
certo,
this
mercenari
stranger be a
liberi.
strong adventurer indeed, he would certainly be a big help on your journey.
Sembra un osso duro.
Please don't talk down on yourself like that. Your deeds are the stuff of song for all the bards in the city, even, well, as to further news about, he stands guard at the city gate, so he may, I wish you every
Va bene, cerchiamolo. Figo. No, tu non sei il Lawrence. Dov'è? Cazzo è Lawrence? Sta attualmente svolgendo... Cosa sta facendo Lawrence? Sta attualmente... Sta facendo che? No, raga, in che senso? No. Che vuol... Ragazzi. Ragazzi, che vuol... Cosa mi state dicendo? No. Forse non è finita. Vai nel menu delle quest e seleziona quella di Dainsleif. Va bene. Un personaggio è attualmente impegnato in altre... Ma cosa vuol dire che un personaggio è impegnato in altre missioni? Sono NPC! Ma in che senso, ragazzi?
So, I'm though the top even minding my...
Uh-oh. If so...
It's the...
Huh?
You weren't even listening anyway. It is said that he... But to be honest... I'm told that they're... Nevertheless... Want to know more?
Dark night, but just to wonder who it...
Ah, ok, posso già farla. Ok. 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 È stato molto strano.
Honorary Knight. Is something the matter?
Sto cercando uno straniero con una benda sull'occhio.
A stranger with an eye patch. Let me think.
Ok, è
He was
biondo, è lui.
wandering all over Mondstadt at first. I lost him pretty quickly. Still, as long as Master Jean is here.
That might be true, but if
That is true. But on the other hand, knowing that... Anyways. Oh yeah, he was at Wagner's. You should go ask him.
Ok, Wagner, andiamo.
What? You need something?
Sto cercando uno straniero con una benda sull'occhio.
Sure. I remember him.
Bravo.
Can't say I've heard of any of the materials he mentioned, though. He then had a look
Ah.
at the weapons in my shop before leaving.
Deve andare molto devi vivere molto lontano.
That's the only
the angels share? Well, anyway, let's go to the angel.
Andiamo, c'ero poco fa. E l'informazione ai passanti nella piazza della fontana. Che cazzo fai, Anthony? Ah, ho switchato questo.
It's me. I'm joking.
What's that?
It's
Wow, so why is that?
people only start. It's the same in every hero. No,
Same diff.
why don't you ask the guy?
Io stavo andando alla locanda, infatti, non ho capito perché... Oh god. Eccoti qua di nuovo.
What will it be? Grape juice or apple cider?
Niente di alcol.
Have you seen a
Esatto, l'hai
That
visto?
I have. He comes
Viene
here
qui
every night.
ogni sera
Sometimes mixes his own. I don't
e le
know
mischia
anything else
pure. Ma
about
è
him,
chiaramente
but
di un'altra
from the
pianeta, di un'altra
selections and
dimensione.
mixes, I'd say that he's quite the connoisseur.
And what's
Ah.
Master
Why, I just gave it to you.
investigating everything as always?
If you're looking for that gentleman, he ordered some new bottle of wine in advance yesterday. There's too
Ok,
many
oh,
raucous
lo
patrons
becchiamo.
on the first floor,
Gas
so if
spring.
you wanna wait-
Pronti. Vai al primo piano della taverna e aspetta sedendo del vicino a corrimano. Va bene. Ok.
Ah, welcome, sir. The wine that you previously ordered is here.
He's
Per niente un vestito da main
Let's
character.
go down.
Ma quasi gag così. Non c'è più. Eccolo. Salve, sono un membro della gilda. Come va?
Wow, he's got no intention of paying us any mind, huh?
Mascherina anche lui? Il Child 2? Dunque, sono un viaggiatore.
A traveler, you say? Why are you traveling?
Sto cercando un membro della mia famiglia scomparso. Oh oh.
Well, that's as good a reason as any. Sit down over there, then.
Oh no, signora 2.
So, guess we've broken.
Oh cavolo.
That little one beside you.
Cibo di emergenza.
Not true, and you know.
It's indeed a good thing to have someone accompany you on your travels. My name's Dainsleif. I suppose you have some business with me?
L'hai già visto e sentito, non mi ricordo.
Sure.
Genshin non ha potuto avere sempre tutta la mia attenzione, come le serie che faccio adesso. È stato anche lui in un periodo un po' sfortunato. Quindi... Ah, non in game. Ah, allora, ragazzi, ma che cazzo? Non in game.
He was so cold just a moment before.
But I will require advance payment.
Pagamento?
500 mora and 3 answered questions. The 500 is a one-time fee, and we'll settle the question. That's it.
Well, now Paimon's got a really bad feeling. That kind of compensation can't be right.
Cioè, l'unica cosa che mi può venire in mente è che era il narratore del trailer del teatro. Fine. Ma non vado oltre a quello.
Ah, thank you. Now, as for my questions, I'd like you to answer them here and now.
Devo rispondere correttamente a tutte. Sì.
The answer to a question says nothing about right and wrong, only about differences in attitude. I only wish to know what your choices are.
Sono pronto.
Question 1. The crisis Mondstadt faced was resolved by an alliance between yourself and that Animo Archon who calls himself Venti.
Aia.
Who, in your view, was the key to ending that crisis? I know everything that I should.
Oh no.
Well, answer the question.
Cavolo. Io.
Is that your answer? I see. Question number. Rex Lapis, who has defended Liyue Harbor for millennia on end, used his nose. Who do you think will defend Liyue Harbor in the future, now that they've lost their deity?
Gli adepti.
So that's your answer? I see. Now for my final question. This world has people who gained visions and those who did not. Which of the two do you think hold more importance in the eyes of the gods?
Nessuno di loro.
So, this is your answer then. It seems that you're different from her.
Io capisco il protagonista silenzioso, ma il protagonista rincoglionito. Una cosa stai a fa! Una in tutto il gioco! Una sola cosa ti interessa! Madonna santa.
I'll take that 500 mora. And now I also understand your views on this world. As we agreed, you may now commission me.
Però vedete, in realtà, scherzi a parte, è proprio questo che mi fa distrarre da una storia. Ok? Cioè, è il modo pigro per bambini, per ragazzi, di scrivere una storia. Non c'è niente di male, ma non potrai mai conquistarmi. Non potrai mai conquistarmi, perché ho uno standard diverso ormai per entrare dentro seriamente a un racconto. Cioè non puoi farmi il dumb protagonist al punto che neanche si pone la domanda. Ah, però è vero, non pensare che il protagonista non si faccia domande. È vero, si potrebbe... Non è una storia sceneggiata con i pensieri, o in realtà sì. In realtà sì, ci sono i pensieri tra parentesi. Inazuma si sveglia parecchio. Ok, cioè nel senso che sarebbe opportuno per lui avere quantomeno un pensiero, no? Vabbè, ok. Sì, però capisco cosa volete dire.
That said, I only take commission like you. I am currently on a journey. You intend to find your sibling, while those creatures that serve the Abyss are the fangs and claws by which the Order spreads. I have come to Mondstadt this...
An Abyss here?
An even more twisted abyssal being.
Oh.
One that commands the Abyss mages.
Da quando c'è stato l'incidente causato dal terrore alato non abbiamo più.
Oh, that's right.
Esatto.
We haven't encountered the non...
There's some reason.
Era tanto che non li vedevamo.
It's possible that they may have been under orders to...
That does sound pretty
Mi piace questa cosa.
Maybe they're looking for a better...
Mi piace.
That manner, it's just like hers. Well then, let's go see for ourselves, shall we? According to the leads I have on hand, let's meet up at the temple.
Ah, sono sopra le scelte di dialogo, ma certo. Pronti.
This abandoned temple does bear some marks of the Falcon of the West, though it can soar in the wind.
Rientriamo in un tempio? Mazza, minchia, questa Questa storia non main Archon sembra... è super interessante. L'Apostolo dell'Abisso si manifesterà e ti lascerà assistere alla tua trasformazione a opera delle scritture? Ok. Sì, è side Archon, diciamo.
It's not far now.
Paimon wonders what the Abyss Heralds look like. Do they look something like the Abyss Mages?
Let's head further in first. If we do see that creature, that'll spare me the explanation either way.
Strike a pose! How dare you! Time to shine!
Silence! Be sanctified.
In effetti non ho mai giocato Super Arcade di Genshin Impact. Praticamente è come sbloccare un'altra cosa unica nella serie. Sono contento. Ha senso. Vediamo un po'. Oh fuck.
Let the world come alive! Shower me with the... Boba, get them!
Bring it on! It's discombobulating. Get moving!
Nice and spicy!
Fracture! Yeah! Bring it on!
Boba, get them!
Just a few Abyss Mages? Seems like that herald might have already left. The Abyss. It is chaos, and it is also destruction. It is a morass
Okay.
that is why even the Dragon of the East, a servant of a deity, was unto the
Ok.
creatures of the Abyss, desire nothing.
You seem to know a lot about the Abyss game.
Eh sì, eh.
Well, I suppose that's as far as chit-chat, judging by the traces I'm following. Perhaps we may find our Abyss.
Quindi l'abisso è il caos assoluto che combatte contro l'intera trama di Genshin Impact praticamente. Ok. Esatto, abbiamo qui la zona lupino. Ho sbagliato. Hai considerato il caos assoluto, ma del perché e come è un'altra storia. Certo. Ha senso. Dai, su, gambe più lunghe.
Well, we're in both of them now. waiting for us up ahead? We should meet up with him quick, in case the wolves decide they don't like him.
Oh. Ok,
Lord
Iota.
of Wolvendom, great wolf king, sharp of fang and keen of claw. And
Conosce
yet
quel
dwelt-
lupo?
No, nor does it know me.
Madonna.
I know these things because of previous. All right, let's go.
But where do we begin?
Indeed. See that?
Ok.
Knowing what I do of the Order's habits, they've probably left.
Molto più interessante questa quest di quasi qualunque altra, eh. Cerca indizi correlati all'ordine della vista nel regno del lupo. Va bene. E l'alfabeto è anche decifrabile, figo.
Do you think that those monsters by the bonfire are under the Abyss Order's control? Looks kind of scary. Let's beat them up first. Whew, that's that. Looks like this bonfire's also got something to do with the Abyss.
Davvero? Ok.
And there's another one of those bonfire spells. Looks like the Abyss. Where
Chi
did these
l'avrebbe mai
monsters
detto?
pop out from? Let's clear them out, and quick!
Silence!
Ok. Mi sto muovendo super fast, ma senza superficialità, forza.
Have you finished searching?
Sì,
I searched around these parts,
Bravo.
but they were left behind by Abyss mages.
Peccato.
It seems that even an Abyss herald would not wish to make. We should leave as well.
But now we're out of lead.
No.
allora, quindi i maghi abissali sono maghi abissali, ma non generano il vero potere dell'abisso. Questa è una cosa importante. Chi c'è? Oh god. Ok. E questi design arrivano una volta all'anno e ogni volta offrono tasselli importanti per la trama principale. Figo.
I've heard about what happened to you during Mondstadt's crisis,
Mhm.
but I suppose that this place, in
Esatto.
fact, if my memory serves,
Esatto.
the first time
Ah, no,
I laid eyes
sì,
upon the ruins of
Oh, sì,
old
certo, avevamo
Mondstadt,
scoperto.
the
Avevamo letto
dragon
la
of the
storia.
East had yet to fall.
Huh? But Paimon remembers that Devon...
Don't
appunto.
think too much about it. Do you remember
Ah,
the
sì,
light
va
actuators
bene,
that once
certo.
sealed this ruin?
Chissà perché non sono stupito. Mi sarei stupito del contrario, era quello il colpo di scena.
Let's go see what the situation is at the.
Cioè, non mi devi dire che sei antico, non serviva. Chi non lo è in Genshin Impact?
Look! There are lots of monsters gathered over there.
È un mago dell'abisso.
Eat this! Out of the frying pan!
Bring it on!
Eccoci.
Mighty be humbled. Silence.
Ok. Oh no. Oddio, l'ho scoppiata, poverina. Non pensavo che fosse messa così male, tesoro. Piccola. Scusa. Mea culpa.
Bow your head.
So in the end, we still couldn't
Ma
find
chi l'avrebbe mai
I
detto?
recall not having to gaze upon such a creature, Aish.
Ok.
No.
How good it would be if all perils one encounters in their journeys could simply be solved by going around them. Once upon a time, yes.
Ah.
You know, Dane, where are
She no longer travel. I'm afraid that traveling can be...
Ah.
is that?
I still have some...
Madonna. Dite qualcosa.
Back to, isn't it? Hey, once you find your sibling, we should find a place to stay too. Mondstadt's fisherman.
Va molto importante.
We should settle down in a place where there's good food.
No, non stiamo correndo un po' troppo, è importante.
Well, it won't be too late to think about where you stay. While you're still traveling, you should...
Oh.
What's familiar?
A familiar feeling, you say? Whichever it is, we should see it for our... We can reach the top of that cliff.
Andiamo.
Whoa, Dane moves really fast, doesn't he? Let's use that
Interessante.
wind current nearby to catch up.
Il fatto che ci sia un teasing della cosa successa nella main quest Archon di Venti, figo.
Can you still sense that familiar feeling?
Sì.
But it doesn't feel like there's anything.
Indeed. There doesn't seem to be anything strange about this place. It doesn't look
Sei
any
già stato
different.
qui?
My traveling companion brought me.
Ok. Noi siamo il tuo New Game Plus.
Me? I merely followed my traveling companion around.
Ah, ok, eri tu il companion allora.
Huh? A ruined guard's footprint. A ruined guard was wandering around
Senti di
here.
Witcher, go.
No peace to be found, even for a single dandelion.
Ah. Ok. Interessante, è proprio main quest.
What's gotten into you? You were just spacing out. Huh? But how could that be? You.
Perhaps that dandelion bears some sort of... As for why...
You're saying.
Do not rush. Vexation. At least
Oh
you
no, ho
now
schippato un
know that
dialogo.
she is
Vabbè.
still on this world. At this time. The most important thing
Okay.
is... Yes. And this is... May you find your kin at the end of that journey. Only for now.
Ci incontreremo di nuovo, ok.
After all, I did take...
Carino. Interessante personaggio. Gli ingranaggi del destino. No, no, non è finito proprio niente. C'è un log dei dialoghi? Vediamo un po', mi sembra di sì. Ah, non per questa quest. Ah, volevo vedere il dialogo che mi ero... Volevo vedere il dialogo che mi ero perso. Vabbè, non succede niente. Quindi ora posso fare questo. Saremo di nuovo insieme. Perfetto. Poi personaggio. Boom. Let's go. Efficienza totale, ragazzi.
Oh, yes, yes. The 7 dragons, gods. Still, this time is different. Oh, traveler.
Ah, ne parlate, eh?
Ganyu, what are you doing?
Hello. We were just discussing the treasure.
Yes. We were just saying how even the audacious.
Certo,
But we
ovvio.
recently received intel from the Ministry of Civil Affairs that 2 big-time treasure.
2 big-time treasure.
Yes. They're known as Big Sis of the South.
Oh, Raptor! Paimon remembers he tried to run away from Amber and Mondstadt. But
You already know something then. I guess you must have crossed
I
paths.
see.
You were correct. She's the head of the treasure. Some say that the god of thieves even bestowed a gift upon.
Anyway, the treasure hoarders discovered some previously unexplored ruins. Despite how dangerous that makes it, all the treasure hoarders, they have already devised a plan. They will send out a decoy to divert the abyss.
To this end, Big Sis and Raptor have reported.
Grand Thief?
Oh, indeed.
Ok,
The Grand
ok.
Thief is highly respected in the treasure hoarders, in the same way that we adventurers look up to great so you're familiar with the author of the Teyvat travel guide.
Ho letto i libri.
So, despite being relative big-timers in
Anche se Alice era un po' pericolosa.
Sis and Raptor had to put in a lot.
With the major changes in Liyue recently, the Ministry of Civ, but anything related to the abyss.
Un pelo
So
pazzerella,
I
insomma.
decided to come to the Adventurers Guild to post a
Anch'io
commission.
comprendo i pericoli dell'abisso.
Oh,
Good to see this in the hands of a reliable guild member.
Perfetto, vai, let's go. Bella ciccia. Mi è piaciuta la scorsa. Ah no, è qua, non è così incredibile, ok. Ah no, è l'altro. Ah, ok, ok. Oh, fuck. Ok. Ora potremmo anche andare leggermente più con calma.
There are signs of treasure hoarder activity here. They must have come to these ruins.
Hanno già risolto i
Let's
puzzle.
go inside. Paimon sure hopes Ganyu's information is reliable. There aren't many guards here. Looks like their plan to draw away the Abyss Order's forces really worked.
Madonna, quanto è forte.
More signs that a treasure hoarder was here. This should be the right direction. But why does it feel stranger and stranger as we make it deeper into these ruins? Be careful now. Paimon's right behind you.
Ah, vabbè. Attenzione.
This looks like could it be the Grand Thief?
Era.
Why is he in that position?
Che cazzo?
That's
È abisso. Oddio, è una statua dei 7 inversa?
why
certo.
This statue is holding.
È un'altra sfera, Paimon.
And the Grand Thief hasn't moved an inch.
Mm.
Do you think he's... Hello?
In una quest secondaria che tu non hai fatto, si discuteva di una statua di Mondstadt sparita. Eccola qui. Oh merda.
He's dead. Paimon doesn't feel so good. Let's get out of here, and fast! Now what? We can't stay here! Quick, run!
A silence fills the air.
Wow. Quindi uccide proprio. Uccide proprio, eh? Oddio.
The show begins!
Ah, non si aggrappa? Ah, ok. Pensavo si aggrappasse. Ok. Figurati. Non lo fermerete mai un gamer, ragazzi. A salve.
You cannot spy on the secrets of the abyss. You have come here. You have seen as a herald. I will meet
Un apostolo dell'abisso. Sì, ok. È il mostro che stavamo cercando insieme a Dane.
Dainsleif. Oh, I thought you were just a couple of pests. Did he send you here to die? His resistance against the abyss has gone nowhere. The abyss is unstoppable.
Allora non dovresti preoccuparti, scusa. Altrimenti è molto stoppable. Madonna. Brava nemmeni.
Silence.
This power. I see. In that case.
Oddio, ci conoscono. Quindi hanno a che fare con nostra sorella, ovviamente.
Strong enemy. Who knew the Abyss Order had monsters? Huh? What is it? Oh, right, yeah. We're near the exit now.
Ok.
So, we meet again. A little sooner than I...
Eh sì, si sta arrasciando qua, Dane.
Judging by your expression, it seems you just experienced something. Could it be that you encountered...
Esatto.
How did you know that?
I've been on the Abyss Herald's trail. I didn't expect to find you here as well.
C'era qualcosa di ancora più strano. Perfetto.
An inverted statue of the Seven, holding abyssal power in its hands. No, I have never seen such a thing during my time fighting. Tell me the rest of what happened in there. So you escaped the...
And then, as we got close to the exit, an Abyss Herald suddenly appeared and blocked our way. We fought a big battle with that thing. Maybe it hasn't got...
Yes, this is a rare opportunity indeed. Come, let's...
Let's go! A rare opportunity?
Goloso. Molto goloso. Wow. Wow. Che scena. Mamma mia, che bello. Questa è veramente una bella sequenza di quest. Non nell'esecuzione non particolarmente brillante, però è veramente godevole il fatto che ci siano informazioni così interessanti su un ambiente, cioè su una parte dell'ambientazione che non abbiamo mai approfondito, se non per puro hardcore gaming. Molto figo. Sono molto contento di quello che ho visto fino ad ora. Anche perché appunto, sì, va bene, sicuramente stereotipato, però il fatto che si ricolleghi a nostra sorella è molto figo. Sono un maestro. Ok. No, ma perché sempre lo scudo d'acqua? So che è successo, ma va bene così. Oddio. Buba! Okay.
Those abyss mages just now. Were they trying?
No. They were just digging through these abandoned...
Oh, is that so? The traveler here is looking for
Madonna, è praticamente Nami,
answers,
Paimon.
you know, that kind of stuff.
Molto probabilmente i maghi dell'abisso non stavano cercando le stesse cose.
They wouldn't... In fact, I was nearby investigating. They seem to be searching the remains of ruin guards for a certain value.
Perché c'è un collegamento. D'altronde sono antichissimi questi oggetti.
Well then, why didn't you grab one of them just now and ask what they were?
I certainly don't mean to be, but I have a feeling that their plan with it, one cannot discover the truth behind it through intent, or rather, these abyss mages likely fear something else, much more than they do.
Qualcosa di collegato. Ma infatti fa paura.
We shouldn't waste too much time here. Let's get...
Ah, the plot thickens comunque, nel modo che piace a me. Ok. Nel modo che piace a me. Linko, Axel Beta, grazie di cuore. Quasi 2 anni di sub e benvenuto al primo invece. Ah. Ah, è questo? Aia. Tu sei nuovo. Ma io ne ho il letto.
Seems wherever we find an abyss.
There are no coincidences in the world, just like your appearance in that tavern. Time He's just waiting for those seeds to sprout.
Non capisco proprio.
Forget it. Just the connection between the Abyss Order and the... Rather, they are both branches that have grown out and up from the
È stata la chat a farmi titrovare, eh.
Branches.
È solo merito della chat.
Ancient nation that...
Conria?
Attenzione, Ancient Nation di... Fermi. Slow down. Parlami con più calma. Dai.
Really? The Abyss Order and Ruin Guards are left over from after the destruction of that nation?
E infatti cercano... Eccoci. Cercano materiale del loro stesso tempo e del loro stesso passato, della loro nazione, della loro cultura. Pezzi che gli serviranno per accedere a un potere che sicuramente hanno sviluppato, una ricerca che hanno iniziato all'epoca di quella nazione.
Oh, speaking of Conria. Oh, right. As your guide, Paimon should explain a bit here. A long time ago, the nation of Conria was...
Kenria.
Huh?
Perché ho dei ricordi di Kenria.
You have memories of being there. But that nation was destroyed 500 years ago.
Is that so? Well, everyone has their secrets. You did not pry into mine, so I shall not pry into yours. But if you would like to tell me, I will listen. So, the Conria you saw, what was it like?
So that's the complete story, huh? Paimon thought that you ran into that unknown god first.
I see. So your first memory after coming to this world was being awoken by your sister from within that meteorite.
It seems your sister woke up first. But the question is, how long before you?
And then your sister told you that the destruction of Conria plunged the whole world into chaos, and that you two should leave this world called Teyvat?
The destruction of Conria? She said that?
That destruction you witnessed, that's history from 500 years ago.
Ok.
It seems the first time you awoke in this world was indeed during that period.
Ma è il time skip, come si giustifica? È enorme.
Huh. So your sister must have understood this world better than you.
And it was shortly after that that you encountered an unknown god who blocked your path, so you couldn't escape.
Oh, Paimon knows this part really well.
I understand.
Ma il fatto che Paimon e sto tizio abbiano i mantelli cosmici?
When you awoke at that time and hurriedly tried to leave for another world, you didn't know anything about Conria. But now, since you have come to gain some understanding of Teyvat, you are able to guess that the war you witnessed all those years ago must be the war that ended Conria. Am I right?
Iota, tu dici, probabilmente la tizia inizio gioco non vi ha intercettato all'entrata del mondo ma all'uscita, ma era ovvio. Che fosse l'uscita si capisce già dall'intro, non è un'intuizione, non è una deduzione moderna. Quindi lui era veramente il companion del protagonista del New Game, e noi siamo il New Game Plus.
If that's the case, you must, before going to Mondstadt, you had just looked at some vague materials. Later, we managed to gather a whole... So, the whole time you were just trying to learn more about Conria, so you could find your sister? Oh, yeah. You can travel around the 7 nations to find the 7. But where can you go to find a nation that was destroyed?
I probably know more about Conria than both of you. Conria was a nation without a god. Not because it had a god that died or abandoned them, but because it was a powerful nation, built purely by humans. An unprecedented, flourishing, and glorious civilization.
A nation without a god?
Later events unfolded just as you remember. It was all destroyed by gods.
You mean that...
500 years ago, the gods descended upon the world and brought desolation to Conria. The pride of humankind was uprooted and crushed, like a weed removed from the garden of the
Voi non mi
gods.
avevate parlato tipo di Celestia a inizio Genshin Impact? Quindi praticamente è un po' come Dragon Age, abbiamo la città dorata, gli dei sono scesi, hanno fatto un casino, sono nati gli Gnosi, che sono emanazioni del loro potere, e da lì si sono radicati gli Archon.
How could that be? The history books don't say anything about that.
Yes, well, continuing to discuss
Il
the
mondo è
past
pieno
now
di
will only
pericoli, devo
dampen
trovare
our
mia sorella.
spirits.
Bro, tua sorella è uno dei pericoli.
Let's keep moving. I will tell you more.
Lei comunque spavana sempre con i capelli corti,
Over there! It's more ruin guards and abyss mages. Dane was just saying how these ancient machines are from Conria. So, did Conria have a lot of ruins that needed to be guarded?
No. Ruin Guard is the name modern people have given these machines. No one called them that 500 years ago. These ruin guards were known as field tillers by the people.
Field tillers? What a strange name.
Perché non erano armi.
It's not like you think. Field tiller was just a code. The land is not to be tilled with farming tools, but rather is to be fought for with steel.
Quindi era una nazione incazzosissima.
Well, that's an interesting way of understanding.
After the destruction of Conria, they wandered aimlessly over the, perhaps resonating with the sorrow of other civilizations.
That sounds
Tristissima. Vagare senza meta per 500 anni.
Once you understand more, those but no matter their past, all that remains of them now is the danger.
Quindi li meno? Li meno.
Be sanctified.
C'è problema, c'è problema. Spacchiamo tutto. No problem. Ormai ho imparato a giocare Genshin Impact, sono contento.
This abyss mage dropped a talisman.
This talisman seems connect. Perhaps it really does contain information
Beh,
about
che
their
un mago
operation.
dell'abisso sia collegato in maniera in qualche modo gerarchica all'apostolo dell'abisso, Dainsleif, complimenti Sherlock, eh?
But Paimon can't read the writing on it.
Engulf the faith of an enemy in flame, and bring glory to Her Highness the Princess.
What? Is that what it says?
Loom of Fate, initial operate. The Abyss, seem to be carrying out.
Telaio del
Seems like
fato,
they are still
il
launching
tempo,
the
il destino
operation,
di cui
or
parlavi.
rather,
Loom of fate? What's that? Is it literally a fate weaving? From the horrible feeling Paimon's been getting, those so Dane...
I'm reading it now. An ambitious operation.
How so?
In short, the first phase of the plan is
Ok.
The Overlord of the Vortex? You mean that god in the ocean?
Sì, è stato semplicemente schiacciato. Era ovvio che non fosse morto.
What do they want
È
with
un
those
dio.
file?
Altrimenti non l'avrebbero sigillato all'epoca.
I know of your past heroics regarding Dvalin, though you may not have been aware of it at the time. You were thwarting an Abyss Order operation similar to this one.
Last time it was Venti's old friend. This time it's will the Abyss Order use their lies and dark...
No. From the they won't just corrupt Osial's mind. They also plan to use the ancient
trasfigurazione divina?
So wait, the Abyss Order wants to be
Esatto.
some sort of cybernetic squid god of mass destruction?
Esatto,
Very few
Paimon.
people today truly understand the
Finalmente hai capito
civilization of
qualcosa da
Canria.
sola.
Only the Abyss Order has consistently sought out the remnants of Canria. The talisman's message states that they will use the defiled statue as a base, and the new core that shall replace the orb usually held by the statue of the Seven.
The eye of the very first field tiller?
It would seem so.
Troviamolo.
This whole thing keeps getting more complicated. But basically...
Yes. According to the talisman, the eye should be placed, thereby imbuing the newly born god with the power to topple the divine thrones of Celestia.
Eccola, l'ha nominata.
Sort of sure isn't Since no one knows where the first field tiller is, how
Sembrava Animo, sì.
Yeah, that tone-deaf bot...
The cathedral.
Huh?
Nothing.
Cosa nasconde in più? Cosa nasconde in più, eh? Ok, avete fatto veramente, ma veramente, veramente molto bene a farmi fare questa quest come finale. Perché mi lascia un retrogusto completamente diverso del potenziale. Per quanto stiamo parlando ovviamente della base dello stereotipo sceneggiativo di questo genere 101, però good taste.
A grandiose cathedral. The people of Mondstadt clearly spent a great deal of resource, but how aware of this was the Animo Archon on receiving this gift?
Faith doesn't ask for anything in return, though.
As long as the gods have a clear conscience about it all, there's nothing I can say.
Shh! We're about to enter the cathedral! And actually, the animal...
I never specifically said I would enter.
Huh?
Non ci entri, eh?
You are the honorary knight of Mondstadt. Having me tag along would only make them suspicious. Correct. And just as our little friend said, when a non-believer steps onto holy ground, I have never received the favor of the gods in the past. But that's enough about that. While we've been chit-chat...
Okay,
Mi hai appena suggerito che non hai la visione.
Don't go mentioning the defiled statue. The Church of Favonius wouldn't ignore the matter of the statue. Also, meddling in the...
Quindi tu non hai le visioni, eh? Eccola, la mia vecchia curatrice.
Honorary knight. But I should first make it clear that
it seems she hasn't realized it's just
Quindi comunque queste queste prendono molto seriamente la Archon, cioè memorizzano tutto quello che è successo è assolutamente memorizzato, scritto e preparato. Ok.
Oh, we're here to ask some questions about something.
What's that?
Of course you wouldn't know anything about...
Huh? You're here to ask about that old story? Well, I did a long time ago. There was indeed one statue of the Seven that disappeared one night. Nearly every member of the church joined the search for it. In the church's records, as you might assume.
Beh, Jay.
Nothing?
Sì, as you might assume.
Sorry, Barbara, but we can't tell you about the statue we saw.
Other strange stories? I'm not sure. Let me think.
The tyrant's final few...
Oh, this refers to a time of great danger that engulfed Old Mont many, many years ago. There was a time when balls of fire
raining from the sky?
People at that time believed it was a curse laid down by the god. This strange phenomenon continued for about a year. No one was ever able to solve it. Right. Later, the theory of the tyrant's final fury became less probable in the eyes of the church. Perhaps it was something else that caught... Anyway, this incident might not be related to the lost statue of the Seven, but I just can't think of any other strange incidents that might...
It's okay.
There's that pointless word, thank you, again.
Oh, Rosaria, it's you. If you're looking for the Knights of Favonius, they're busy with those monsters again.
Ma è palesemente la Cocco Capra 2, è uno zombie.
Those monsters? Those monsters that tried to attack Mondstadt last time during the Storm Terror incident?
Wasn't that the Abyss Order? They're at it again?
Indeed. They're gathering in Wolvendom, causing great... Could it be that the Abyss Order is targeting the spirit of... Master Jean has already headed off to Wolvendom. I must also begin to make a move myself.
Then I will...
Master Jean said you should stay at the church.
But you're also...
Non temere, vado io.
Right.
Ho il party.
Oh, okay. But please, everyone, be careful. May the animal...
Ok. Facciamo due chiacchiere.
I see. Has the Abyss Order already launched? This could very well have something to do with the defiled statue.
But what is the Abyss Order going to Wolvendom for anyway? Are they looking to do the same?
No, that's unlike Osile, who was just suppressed.
Ah.
Andreas died today. It is just his spirit. The Abyss Herald may just be targeting the spirit of Andreas.
Ok. Cercano materiali e informazioni. È praticamente una sorta di piano alchemico per ottenere qualcosa di molto drammatico. Magari potrebbe anche essere l'influenza dell'abisso che aumenta sul piano materiale. Apertura di portali, congiunzione delle sfere, mettiamola così. Amici, altre botte. Per me va bene, eh. Guarda un po'. C'è problema. Visto? Ah, io speculo, sì sì. Finito? No, c'è ancora un poveraccio qua. Ma neanche troppo.
We get to the target, the more enemies there are.
Yeah.
I'm not.
Ah.
Huh? Why not? Is it because you're afraid?
It has nothing to do with wolves. It's because Boreas was an ancient god, yet I cannot possibly agree with his actions. I don't desire
Sì, ma non fare...
Besides, you're the one people like.
Disprezzi proprio i 7 allora.
There's nothing special about gods anyway.
Ah.
It's just my opinion. But a word of it, you shouldn't place too much trust in them. But at the same time, don't go too far in the opposite, even if the god in question is...
Don't trust them and
È chiaramente autobiografica questa analisi.
Lest I repeat the The destruction of the nation of Canrea by the gods is the real... Enough chit-chat. We should get back to business. I will go take care of the remaining Abyss Order members in the area. Try and keep your visit with Boreas...
Up there? What a strange man. Yeah, that's true. You also keep your guard up against... At the Rite of Dissension in Liyue, your decision was very similar to what...
Honorary Knight, Paimon, what are you two doing here?
Oh,
quanto tempo.
So, Rosaria told us that you came here...
Then your help is greatly appreciated. The Abyss Order... I just scouted out all of Rosaria told me that the Abyss... But the Abyss Order and Boreas...
They just like to cause trouble. The Abyss Order already went up...
Regardless, whether the reason... Honorary Knight, please go and check if Lupus this god's spirit... Okay, be careful.
Ricerchiamo il grande lupo del nord. Lasciatemi stare. Dai, è inutile che aggrade così tanto. Non vi combatterò mai. Ok. Perfetto. Guarda un po', di rado ci siamo andati con questa bella giornata. E non siamo lì per distruggerlo. Penso... Oddio.
Look, over there, it's Razor.
Oh, merda.
And the Abyss Herald.
Quindi è come Cyrus. Di diamante e perla.
Welcome here.
Oh.
You claim to be a guardian, yet your once sharp claws have clearly dulled. If you serve us, we can restore your divine lies.
What the heck is this ceremony? Oh no, is this the same thing they did to corrupt Dvalin's mind?
Quindi è collegato fin da quei tempi. Cioè, è colpa loro.
Wolves never surrender. But this can't go on.
E ora di un altro round.
No matter how many times you resist.
Mazza che bella quest comunque. Cioè, 2 boss fight. Cioè, ci sta. Allora. Bisogna solo capire quanto cambia adesso.
Let the mighty be humbled. All life will perish.
Carso. No, lo scudo. D'acqua poi. Sei scarso, neanche mi colpisci. E niente. Sarà lunga. E che ti devo dire? Ok, finalmente un po' di fuoco. Ti prego, fuoco, non spegniti. Merda, si spegne.
Nice and spicy.
Justice is blind.
At the frying pan.
Fracture.
Vai, quasi finita. È sopravvissuto solo grazie a quello. Addio. È scappato. Mi sa che è morto, eh? Ho vinto, Mishi. Ah. Lui ha deciso. Ok. Di nascondersi. No, non è morto. Certo che è fuggito in fretta, vigliacco.
You came.
Human Lupercal. But still.
Lupus Boreas never refuses trial. But I too didn't see the trap.
Wait, so you mean the Abyss Order had everything prepared to corrupt Lupus
Beh,
Boreas?
sì, era ovvio. Paimon è la base, il contatto con il lupo lo fai così.
You smelled.
No, we heard about the danger. Paimon, besides coming to help,
I pay no heed to the contraptions of humans. It entered into my
Esatto.
throat, but it could not think. I eventually damaged it.
by the sounds of it, it's
Sì.
That could have been the very first field.
Missiles. I do not know. It could spin
Esatto.
high into the air.
Fireballs. Anyway, this pretty much sounds like the first one was
Carina
way
sta cosa.
strong, but in this story, it was damaged at the.
Don't know.
Yes, you were. We need to keep investigating something.
Yes, I smell you too.
Well, there was some good intel. Quick,
Una
let's put
cosa.
the date.
Una cosa fondamentale è che se anche la storia è semplice, anche se le cose non sono particolarmente complesse, quando continui ad aggiungere contenuto e a collegare personaggi fra loro, come in questo caso Borealis, ti fa piacere capirne più del mondo e quindi funziona. Cioè, mano a mano che aggiungi tridimensionalità e spessore, anche una cosa semplice è un qualcosa a cui puoi affezionarti, ecco. Ti ci affezioni. È carino, funziona.
I find that the beauty of bright sunlight is best appreciated from the indoors through a window.
Esatto, è tutto collegato e quindi è piacevole. Forte.
There you are. Did you see
I saw her, but as both the Lion Fang Knight and
Okay.
if I'm not careful, one. But back to the matter at hand. I defeated.
Mhm.
I see. Well then,
Boreas.
we can. That information combined. For example, the old story you exactly. The strange story told to you by that young
Esatto, gli
sister.
antichi popoli non avrebbero capito l'origine della magia. O meglio, della tecnologia.
Final Fury after it was damaged in the fight with the wolf up then, whenever
Esatto.
everyone got close. Phew, back then, the people of
Carino.
Looks like we need to make a trip to Storm Terror's lair and comb the.
No.
What do you mean?
Huh? Oh, Paimon remembers too.
Ah, è davvero tutto collegato. Qui mi sa che c'era un vostro qui c'era un vostro vedrai, mi sa. Me lo ricordo.
This is it, right?
Oh no, l'hanno già preso.
Ooh, so, huh?
This requires using elemental sight on a field tip.
Ah.
Let me give it a try.
Ho il potere della mia partita.
And done. The very thing the Abyss Herald has been seeking. All of the ruin guards today are just replicas.
Prototype?
Ah, questo è l'originale praticamente, sì.
Doesn't know.
As the Abyss Order has surmised, and if the limbs of Osial overlord and this newly born god will have the power to topple the divine thrones.
Va,
of
sì, va
yes.
fermato, cioè, ovviamente.
Then, what should we do with this eye?
Lo nascondiamo.
No.
No.
You?
You may doubt me if you wish. No matter where we may hide it, they will find it.
No, la chiesa non ce l'ha.
Our work isn't
Ah,
done.
della chiesa nemmeno io mi
To
fido.
avoid any further
Figurati.
repercussions, we must also take care of that. We can't have the church get involved. Let's
Destroy it? That's a statue of. Well.
do the seven. Let's go back to those ruins and destroy the inverted statue. I'll make sure it doesn't.
Ah, terza boss fight. Ma è lunghissima sta quest. Il finale che meritiamo. E sono d'accordo con voi, ve lo siete meritato. Ce lo siamo tutti meritato. Ce lo siamo tutti meritato. Io sono veramente contento del fatto che siete stati voi a donarmi questo finale. Aspettate che ho letto un commento che mi permette di fare una battuta sagace. Perdonami Seres, devo farlo. Hai scritto un commento, ma si possono disattivare le pubblicità? Sì. Si possono disattivare le pubblicità. Scusate, non ce la faccio. Vado. Non mi distraggo, promesso. Esatto. Punto esclamativo Prime oppure una tier 1. E poi c'è anche il gruppo Telegram dei sub. E tante emoji che aumenteranno. Comunque.
So after all that running around, we end up right back here.
E col Prime è anche gratis.
Look at us. We barely escaped this place last time, and now we're strolling right back in.
Ma sì, finalmente almeno... Oh no!
Surely we must be some of the bravest adventurers.
Scusa Paimon, sono stato irrispettoso. Ma tanto chi se ne frega. Cioè si va. Figurati. Sono un gamer. Guarda quanti begli screen sto ignorando. No, mi concentro, promesso. Eccoci.
Looks like we're here. An eerie, lifeless, dark chamber. I understand the evil aura you were describing earlier.
Oh, such a scary place.
Be careful to not be overwhelmed by the power of the defiled statue. The Abyss Herald. It's here. You sense correctly. You are just as vexatious as ever, Daneslith. And I sense your soul is stained by terrible bloodshed. Perhaps from your darkest nightmares. Oh, and something far more dangerous. Then we are the same. We're both dangerous. But dangers from outside of the Abyss Order must be caught and caged. It is your words that forever reek of time to silence you.
Oh, dai, gioca con me. Ma è un personaggio lui, alla fine?
Silence.
Cioè lo sblocchi come personaggio? Non ancora? Ah. No, dai. Tutti questi scudi d'acqua.
The show begins.
Justice is an oversight on my part.
Dai, non fare lo scudo d'acqua te però. Stavo cercando di caricargli la mossa finale, lo so.
Be sanctified.
Ah, ma non farò scudo per fortuna. No, ho chiamato. Che palle. Ok.
That really hurt. Nice and spicy.
Fracture!
E questo è.
I got a situation. Bring it on.
That really hurt. Boba, get them.
Oh,
Toast.
finalmente. Non importa, lo tanco. Devo distruggerlo, ne devo approfittare il più possibile. Ok, è fatta. Oh! Oh, 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 oh. Ah.
Princess.
Hey, could that be?
Ma... Ah.
Ether.
Ah.
Wait, she just blocked an attack against the Abyss Herald. Your sister and the Abyss?
Ether, why are you with Dane?
Uh-huh. Your sister knows Dane?
Lumine, we meet again.
What's going on here? Dane knows her too?
You shouldn't team up with this man. He is my enemy.
Lumine.
But it must be said. Don't try to stop me. Don't try to stop the Abyss. That man, Dainsleif, was the Twilight Sword, one of the royal guards of the final dynasty of Conria. 500 years ago, he failed to prevent the destruction of Conria. A curse of immortality was laid upon him to forever wander the wilderness, while he watched the people he was supposed to protect turn into monsters of the Abyss.
You're saying Dane is from Conria? The same Conria that was destroyed?
Paimon.
And you said the people turned into monsters? You're trying to tell Paimon that the Abyss Order is not only related to Conria, but is actually the people of Conria themselves. And the whole thing about Dane being your enemy.
Home. Yes, of course. Home is wherever we are together. But I cannot go with you to the next world to find a new home. At least, not yet. Until the Abyss has engulfed the thrones, my war with destiny will see no end. Listen to me, Ether. I have already traveled through this world once. Once you reach the end of your journey as I did, you will see for yourself the true nature of this world.
Ma infatti, a seconda della fiducia che hai in tua sorella, se la riconosci nel carattere, nel modo di esporre i pensieri, magari ha ragione lei e l'abisso è la scelta giusta. Poi, per carità, capisco il dare la libertà ai giocatori, ma non farmi mettere un nickname se poi viene ignorato. Non serve avere il nickname, è un capriccio che non è sensato dare se non porta a nulla. Perché l'abisso al... Vabbè.
I have more than enough time to wait for you. We have always had enough time.
Ah. Quindi praticamente...
Don't be too sad. We'll find them again. Look on the bright side. At least we got some really useful information.
Cioè, l'abisso è legato al cosmo, che è legato a Dain, che è legato a Paimon, ok?
At least now, as well as the Seven, Dane is also a key part of finding your sibling too, right? That's right. By the way, what they said just now is all pretty confusing. Did you understand it at all? Oh, well then, let's go over it again. First off, that Abyss Herald called your sister. It seems like your sister is leading the Abyss Order. Even the Abyss Herald answers to her. Also, your sister said that she wants to engulf the thrones and go to war with destiny. What the heck does that mean?
More or less.
Turns out the Abyss Order monsters are really what the people of Conria turned into after their nation was destroyed.
Ah, raga, io ovviamente mi sto divertendo, ma non è così che si scrive una storia. Non hai bisogno del grillo parlante che ti ripete le cose perché altrimenti non si capisce un cazzo. Perché è troppo, diciamo, strutturata su nomi, location e contorsioni di eventi. Però carino, cioè in realtà mi piace quello che sta succedendo. Il setting potrebbe evolvere in maniere molto interessanti.
And Dane is from Conria too. He witnessed its destruction 500 years ago. But he didn't turn into a monster.
Sì, ma infatti è abbastanza chiaro anche senza Paimon. Oh, madonna.
Also, how come after all this time we spent searching for your sister?
Troppo didascalica, sì.
Then we can't let ourselves get down. Our journey's not over yet. Let's get him. If your sister wants you to reach the end of it, come on, traveler. Let's go.
Sì, ma non avete distrutto... Ma, ragazzi! Amici! L'obiettivo era distruggerla. Ve ne siete dimenticati? Beh, è stato molto... Cioè, mi avete veramente dato il finale perfetto. E non solo. Guardate. Ragazzi, guardate. Guardate la perfezione. Cioè, la serie finisce con il mio nuovo gruppo di livello 40. È incredibile. È incredibile. Ma è fantastico. E io vi avevo promesso una sorpresa anche per Hoyoverse. Quindi ora ci guardiamo anche un video. Ma prima, guardate, vi faccio vedere io una cosa. Voi della community e questa è una cosa che Hoyoverse non sa, mi ha preparato 2 documenti. Uno enorme, da leggere offline qualora ci fosse un capitolo 2 del progetto e prepararmi al futuro, pieno di informazioni e proprio glossario. Mi consigliano delle host, un archivio. Questa è la versione incredibilmente sintetizzata di alcune cose. Cioè, guardate. Questo era di preparazione al finale del capitolo. E me lo andrò a leggere probabilmente al lettino. Guardate che meraviglia. Guardate che meraviglia. Cioè, e questa è la versione sintetizzata. Questa è la versione sintetizzata, ragazzi. È bellissimo. È veramente una cosa bella. Io sono... La notte in cui Keia Alberic ricevette la sua visione, a Mondstadt pioveva a dirotto. Un po' prima, quel giorno, Crepus Ragnivindr aveva usato il potere di un'illusione solo per diventare una vittima, per diventarne vittima quando questa gli si ritorse contro. Per liberare suo padre dall'insopportabile agonia, Diluc gli tolse la vita. Ah, quindi Crepus era il padre di Diluc. Keia, fratello adottivo di Diluc, era sempre al suo fianco, ma in quell'occasione non fu presente per gli ultimi momenti condivisi tra padre e figlio. Dalla pioggia torrenziale che si abbatteva su Mondstadt quella notte, sembrava che il cielo stesse piangendo la scomparsa di Patron Crepus. Cioè, è praticamente come una tesi, perché ci sono anche le varie note a pie pagina. C'è tantissima roba. Io ho la pelle d'oca per quello che avete fatto, ragazzi, e non pensiate che una cosa del genere venga lasciata in sospeso. Io queste cose le leggerò davvero. Le leggerò davvero. Ricordiamoci che Seb, un mio collega, che dovreste conoscere per quello che ha fatto anche per Kingdom Hearts, ha costruito una serie di video in cui racconta la storia. Un giorno potremo vedercele. Vi ricordate la collaborazione che feci con Sara Curolili? Vi ricordate che alla fine... E allora, se non ve lo ricordate, io ho fatto diverse live di Genshin Impact. La prima blind, con 5.000 spettatori tutti impazziti, me lo ricorderò per sempre. E poi una collaborazione con Curolili che mi spiegava un po' mentre io apprendevo le basi 2.0, diciamo. E poi mi vidi un trailer con lei di cui non capii assolutamente niente. Io vorrei vedere se adesso, rivedendolo, mi trasmette qualcosa. Permettetemi di capire se qualcosa mi arriva.
We had no time to say goodbye, so let's not call it that.
The war has already begun. It is just a continuation of past battles. The gods goad us on with the promise of their 7 treasures, rewards for the worthy, the doorway to divinity. Yet buried in the depths of this world lies smoldering remains, a warning to those that dare trespass.
È lui, sì.
That throne in the sky is not reserved for you. But mortal arrogation never stops. None will escape the flames. See for yourself. The dragon who defended Mondstadt for a millennium finally faces his perturbation. What does freedom really mean when demanded of you by a god? The god of contracts, senselessly slaughtered as his people watched on in horror. In the end, he will sign the contract to end all contracts.
Ok, quindi mi spoilerà tutto adesso.
In the secluded land of the immortal Shogun, the Bakufu rules eternal. But what do mortals see of the eternity chased after by their god?
Ok.
The god of wisdom's enemy is wisdom itself, and the oasis of knowledge is a mirage in the desert of ignorance. In the city of scholars, there is a push for folly, yet the god of wisdom makes no argument against it. The god of justice lives for the spectacle of the courtroom, seeking to judge all other gods. But even she knows not to make an enemy of the divine. The rules of war are woven in the womb. The victors shall burn bright, while the losers must turn to ash. When the god of war shares this secret with the traveler, it is because she has her reasons. She is a god with no love left for her people, nor do they have any left for her. Her followers hope only to be on her side when the day of her rebellion against the divine comes at last. In the perpetual meantime of a sheltered eternity, most are content to live and not to dream. But in the hidden corners where the god's gaze does not fall, there are those who dream of dreaming. Some say a few are chosen and the rest are dregs. But I say we humans have our humanity. We will defy this world with a power.
Ah, minchia, è così tanto importante lui. Cioè, lui è il finale della storia.
Power from beyond. You who has set foot in this world. Your journey has reached its end, but one final doorway remains. Step forth if you have understood the meaning of your journey. Defeat me, command me to step aside. Show me that you are worthier than I to rescue her. Then, the threads of all fate will be yours to reweave.
E parla della sorella, parla di Lumin, che deve essere salvata da questo percorso in cui si è infilata. Aspetta, sta roba adesso ha un senso completamente diverso.
My memory has all but faded completely, but I will always remember how much she too loved these flowers.
Vabbè, sti cazzi. Con tutto l'affetto all'empatia, eh. Molto, molto interessante rivederlo così. È arrivato il momento della 4.1. Scusa. Scusate. Cosa?
The fortress of Meripede may seem like a prison, but it should in fact be regarded as a gathering place for exiles. I will arrange false charges against you so that you may secretly investigate inside the fortress.
The truth is, this place has a lot of hidden rules.
All of our informants, including the ones that had infiltrated the guards, suddenly vanished.
Something bad will happen during lunch on the third day.
A mysterious box? A bottle of crimson liquid?
So, you know those pipes that make strange sounds? Don't ever, ever go near them at night.
Sooner or later, all will pay the price for their arrogance. This could get a little chilly. Time's
C'è un certo scambio culturale qui comunque.
up. Negotiations have broken down. Please leave, ladies and gentlemen.
If Risley does have a plan, what could it be?
After being away from the sunlight for so long, even the terrifying depths of the sea start to feel like home.
I have to...
Have we entered into the next stage of the prophecy?
And now, another catastrophe will soon be upon us. I mourn this turn of events. I find it difficult to express my emotions because I cannot fully understand myself.
I'm confident that we'll find the meaning of our existence one day.
Rumors saying that you were born from calamity. You inherently bring danger to those around you.
Why should we trust
Ho detto, quella è una torre molto simile a quella di Dvalin.
this species from who knows where anyway? Melazines can't be trusted! That goes for Nervalet too!
There's only one thought on my mind. Only
Innocent.
through bloodshed can
He's
their
innocent.
debt be repaid.
Risley, where did you take my siblings?
Even if the truth may not be pleasant, since they have no way to dispose of the leftover remains, they have ways to transform them into other forms and keep them in the fortress forever.
It beggars belief just how carefree you have been. From the very beginning, you, the god Focalor, have failed to take action.
Who are you? What are you trying to do? Please don't kill me. I'm begging you.
Is this what justice means to you? Answer me, Nubilet!
You will see much in the human world, from the delightful to the depressing. And one day, when you have dwelt among humanity long enough, you will be placed to bring judgment over all as a spokesperson for Fontaine's past.
It is unnecessary to hold me in such high regard.
Ok. No, la 4.2 non posso guardarla per spoiler. Mi hanno tutti detto di non guardarla per nessuna ragione al mondo. Quindi quella la guarderemo in caso in un futuro. In un futuro. Ma non mi vado a rischiare cose grosse. Ragazzi, abbiamo effettivamente finito il capitolo Genshin Impact, perlomeno l'1. Vedremo poi la vita cosa comporta. Cioè cosa ci porta. E dove ci conduce, ma... Che meraviglia. Abbiamo avuto... info da Hoyoverse. Hoyoverse ha visto che voi avete fatto documenti per me, di cui uno segreto giunghissimo che mi guarderò offline. Io direi che l'ultima cosa, ultimissima cosa che ci vedremo è, con una certa logica e pianificazione emotiva, Hoyoverse mi ha dato un minutaggio per non fare spoiler, ok? Vederci i primi 4 minuti del trailer di quello che sarebbe continuare a giocare adesso.
Mondstadt is the city of freedom, and Liyue is the city of contracts. As for Inazuma, it's known as the Nation of Eternity.
The almighty Shogun, focused exclusively on our single goal of implementing eternity.
I know of a way to introduce you to the Raiden Shogun. But before that, there is one other place I was hoping you both would accompany me to. When a person's ambition reaches a certain strength, the gods look upon them with favor. In other words, a person's vision represents their ambition.
It must be a possession, right? I see. That reminds me. It seems that his vision was recently confiscated.
It's just like that feeling of emptiness. The feeling that something is missing.
For to be stripped of one's vision is to be stripped of one's ambition. As one who is thrown into the sea, though he fights back desperately against his predicament, it does nothing to prevent his descent into the depths. My intuition was correct. The wind that blows from afar carries fresh life to these shores.
Perhaps in the eyes of a deity such as the almighty Shogun, the lives of those who inhabit the world are inconsequential. At present in Inazuma, in the name of the Vision Hunt Decree, the people's aspirations are being senselessly trampled underfoot. Thus, we cannot remain indifferent to this situation without also remaining indifferent to our own fate. Now, it is time for me to honor my word! I await your instruction. My apologies! Kami-santo art! Sometsu! Do not forget that challenging the Vision Hunt Decree is tantamount to challenging a deity. When you are ready, go to Hanamizaka and look for a fireworks shop run by the Naganohara family. There, you will find someone who can help you.
Allow me to introduce myself. A festive reprise! I'm Yoimiya. Great to meet ya. Fire hazard! Sayu, Shumatsubari at your disposal. And away I go! Genjutsu!
In addition to us, there is also the resistance on Watatsumi Island. Many who have lost or fear losing their visions have rallied together under Sango no Miya on Watatsumi Island to form a resistance group.
Remove all threats to eternity! By order of the almighty Shogun!
Adopted daughter of the Kudra clan of the Tenryo Commission. She's also a general in the Shogun's army.
The resistance never betrays its own.
A ceremony, you say? Why would such a task be left to the Tenryo Commission?
The wait is over, my comrades.
You will be inlaid upon this statue.
Quindi questa sarebbe la 2.0. Capisco. Però, visto che i creatori del documento mi hanno chiesto di vedere questo, follia non accontentarli dopo quello che hanno fatto per noi e per me.
Outlanders do not belong in this world. One day, this journey will reach its end. But until the abyss has engulfed the thrones, my war with destiny will see no end.
Your Highness, our plan to weaponize the dragon has been impeded.
By the Animo Archon, he rises again for the dragon's sake?
No, not the Archon. We were well prepared for his interference. Regrettably, Your Highness, the issue is your brother.
Outlanders! Your journey ends here.
We will be reunited, dear brother. But not here. Not now. We will meet at this journey's end.
Vedi?
Once the dust has settled.
È quella scena.
Then you will understand.
Beh, finale di progetto incredibile. Incredibile. La serie su Genshin Impact è andata da Dio. Da Dio. fantastico. Fantastico, ragazzi. A posto. Va bene. Signori, buonanotte. E alla prossima. Fatemi sapere cosa ne pensate anche nei commenti in futuro. Grazie di essere stati con me. Meravigliosi fino a tardissima notte. Tutti, non se ne è tolto uno praticamente. Grazie. Buonanotte. E alla prossima. Fight. Bellissimo.